Everyone's got demons, be it personal demons, or just frustrations at the current world state. And that's why we play, right? Just a little escape in the frenzy. Well, playoffs are here yet again, and our demons are here to stop us from winning. But the champion will be crowned, so I just got one question. Who will overcome their demons and take the honey?
A huge ult onto Quarterfinals.
Is taken by Icicly. A big shockwave though into Taco, and upstream they're just immediately taken down. The hook lands. Icicly's in the mix and might be able to kill Pickup Hopper. No, is ignited.
What? What? I didn't even see that. That was crazy. The cheeky shockwave. That was the win condition. Floored. I am 100% floored. Pickle Popper getting the game-changing shockwave. Oh my god, what a huge solar flare. The hero's entrance going across all the ocean is coming out big. Icicly's going down. Holy cow. J-Move, getting the damage down, so much disrespect from Darth Hedge. Shoemaker just kind of phase checking that one. Dogwood just very patient with the charm. Oh my god, a great flank. The Hemo Plague onto 3. He's there. Icicly is in. Cassiopeia caught, great solar flare, gonna go down. Oh my god, the Lambert fight able to save them. Icicly is slaying Phoenix while Tortuga is in trouble, but he does not care. Oh, let's go, here it is. Glacial Prison coming in. Oh man, they're just carrying through.
Comes down to Jinx, shutdown now.
be okay. He's gonna get it. Oh my god, that's a ton of damage. Great play by Shadowbolt. Oh, great. Onto Icicles. So much damage. The equalizer across. Icicles down. Icicles down. Oh, this is it, but they need to take this fight. Huge damage. What? The disintegration ray across the team.
Hello, 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 and welcome everybody to Season 6, Quarterfinals, first round. My name is Sable. I'm joined here by Valib. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Just really excited for these videos, or for these games, especially after that video.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the videos, too. The guys did an amazing job. Shout out to Brian the Broken, producing that sick hype video, getting us all hype and ready for the playoffs here. We get the first match of the day. Era versus Scuttle Crab, which is actually a rematch from last week. In the last week of regular season play, these two teams faced off and went the distance in both games, ended the series in a 1-1. We can take a quick look here at the playoff bracket of what we're going to be seeing here coming up in the next few weeks in the Rec League. Today, obviously, we got 4 p.m. EST, Air versus Scuttle Crab, and then followed at 7 p.m. with Ocean versus Mountain, the winners of which will move on to face Brambleback and Infernal in the semifinals respectively, based on seeding. And shout out to Jamu, did an awesome job making this bracket. It looks super sick. You can see Cop's mug in the background there. A preview of the prize that you get for claiming the title of Wrecked Champion. Now, we're looking at this game here. Air versus Scuttle Crab, and we talked about, last time I think you were with me as well for this matchup. The matchup we focused in on, I believe last time, was the top lane matchup, and I want to take a quick look here at what I think is going to be the most important matchup in this game, which is the bottom lane matchup, Wild Tortuga versus Zeem. And if we take a look at their stats, what jumps out at you?
Ooh, I mean, everything and nothing, right? Like, so they're very similar for most stuff, except for the CS diff. I think everybody will agree that ZM has a much more like controlled play style, I would say. Like I think you know what to expect when you're laning with or against him. And the man he just plays to push very small edges, like big CS diff at 15 here, right? So they have very similar KDA, KP, and team damage. Although Tortuga is about almost 5% up on damage, so that is worth mentioning. But yeah, that 23 CS lead at 15 minutes is very big. And I don't know. We'll see if he can press that advantage and turn it into a dub.
Yeah, I'm looking to see that too. And one of the things that jumps out to me first when I look at these stats for the two players is Zeem looks like he gets a small gold lead in the early game, but then Tortuga's gold lead just avalanches over his opponent. A lot of that due in part to that Draven pick we see there, 4-1, cashing in on those bounties that you get with Draven, those adoration stacks, allowing you to snowball the game and get significant gold advantages. So while his CSD at 15 isn't the greatest, it looks like when he does get that champion, he's able to cash in late. And it looks like a contested pick for both of these guys is going to be that Caitlyn. I don't expect that one to make it through the ban phase.
Well, yeah, but also last time I was like, there's no way we're gonna have Caitlyn games, but Air was totally fine with it. They're like, ZM, you want Kate? Go for it. Welcome to the league. We're cashing in today, baby.
We're cashing in today.
We cashing in today.
And these
200
teams,
stacks, no problem.
No problem at all. All right, looks like we're getting right into it here for Champ Select. Scuttle opting to take blue side in game 1. We'll give them the first ban, and they're going to instantly take away that Vladimir. Don't want to see any of that coming out of Shoemaker or a Sickly.
I'm a big fan of that. I think we'll see pretty similar bans to last week. I'm expecting Era to ban out Vlad, Cassiopeia, and I think they'll probably let the Rise through again. Although I'm not sure if Era will take it.
Yeah, they let the Rise through last time, and it was a pretty lackluster performance as Airdrake opts to take away the Urgot and the Swain from the side of Scuttle Crab. Some picks that we
Yep.
definitely see a Dolma rocking in the top
Yep.
lane
All
there.
right, we got the same bands from Scuttle here.
Yeah. Taking that Trundle away. We'll see if Air opt to go for that Rise. They do take away Aetherfox's Syndra. This
That
looked
makes
like
a
one
lot
of
of
his
sense.
strongest mages in the mid lane so far.
Yeah, he parried Isically quite well last week. Aether Fox did, so I think taking the Syndra away makes a lot of sense. We'll see what Isically has cooked up for Aether Fox's Ahri, or maybe they'll mix it up this time. Who knows?
Yeah, and Caitlyn getting through the ban phase. Scuttlecrab going to lock that one in almost immediately for
Big
Zine.
shocker that we first picked that.
Yeah. Yeah, we expected it to be contested,
And
but
all right, welcome to the league.
League of Draven. They had something ready, hovering it, maybe just kind of baiting us, hovering
Yeah.
the Azir now, which would be a little surprising. Leona makes sense, one of Dainty Taco's best champions there in the bottom lane. I wouldn't be surprised for them to pair that with
Welcome
the
to
Draven.
the league.
There we go.
I like to see it. Wonder if we're gonna have any more 300 stat cash-ins.
Oh my god, that, for the sake of Scuttlecrab, I hope not, but that was so sick when
That
he
is-
finally got that.
as the Caitlyn, that is just so painful to witness.
Yeah.
You know.
It's even better when Leona's taking the first like 2 or 3 kills.
Right.
It's just the edge of your seat waiting for Draven to finally cash in on those stacks before he dies. And Alistar will be the supportive choice here for Silky Bandit in the bot lane for the side of
I'm a fan.
Scuttlecrab.
I thought Silky did pretty well on the alley last week.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Dude, maybe we're just gonna see him run it back.
We're getting the salty run back here as Aetherfox locks in that Ahri. Notorious in the champion, his longtime main. Hasn't seen much success with it here on game day in the Rec League. I think in only a handful of games, so a pretty small sample size. But they will answer with the Rise, which is
Alright,
still a
looking
flex
very
pick.
similar. Although I'm pretty sure in game 1 last week, they banned Ahri and Aetherfox had Syndra, but I'm not certain. But very similar.
Yeah, looking really similar here. I would expect the jungle pool to get pinched now
Right.
from Airdrake with their bans.
Yeah. Wonder if we'll see like a. Oh, I like the Wukong ban.
Yeah.
Dalma did very well on it. Into the Rise.
Yeah, he did. And they didn't want to face that one again, so they picked the Rise and then just ban out what beat the
Yeah.
Rise in the last game. So that's a smart draft
Yeah,
pivot
and
from Airdrake.
Wukong can just bully the Rise so hard. So, although this could even be a Rise mid, we don't know.
Yeah, that's the power of Airdrake with their flexible draft style between those solo lanes, having a lot of overlap. And we'll see if they choose to ban a jungler or a top laner here. Just want to further abuse the top lane pull of a Dolma. They do, taking away the
I wonder if
Camille.
they're gonna get rid of the Nocturne again. We saw no Nocturne play last week.
Yeah, I'm up in the air about the Nocturne. They do ban it, but I almost like to
Ask
see
and you shall
Unstream on.
receive.
I like to see him on those champions that can kind of team fight for his team and peel for
Yeah.
the carries. And Amumu, it's just that.
Oh, we're getting another green chroma game. All right. Yeah, I think one of the good things about taking away Nocturne is like not just that Unstream has a lot of experience with it. I think Air utilizes globals quite well. We've seen I don't know, maybe it was in the previous season, Isically playing a lot of like Twisted Fate, and I think we've seen some Shen out of Shoemaker, and playing against globals can just feel so oppressive. So I don't hate them for or hate the choice of taking away the Nocturne.
Yeah, I like it. Nocturne's a pick that's pretty tough to deal with in the Rec League. A lot of people aren't quite sure how to respond to him, and
Right.
looks like 420 is just going to hover that and lock in that tried and true Maokai jungle pick that he's been
Right.
rocking for most of the season.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I saw you just told me to turn my volume up.
Oh,
Alright,
no, I
the
think you're
volume
good.
Is turned. Is that better?
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, and the Gangplank lock in.
Gangplank. Spicy.
Got to be going to Shoemaker in the top lane. I
Yeah.
think we will be seeing the Rise mid into the Ahri. Not a bad matchup, but Ahri does have a lot of kill pressure on Rise for the majority of the laning phase. Aetherfox pretty comfortable in that champ, so Sickly's going to have to be a little bit careful here
Right.
in this matchup. But the Morgana jungle from Blaze It Nerd actually, and the Maokai top.
Spicy. I think
Yeah, I
he's
didn't
2-0
realize.
on it, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if he can keep it going.
Yeah, he looked really good on it too. I like to see him adapting and picking that up for the jungle. We previously saw him mostly just playing Maokai jungle and really didn't think it was that strong of a jungle champion.
Right.
Morgana, much healthier clear, much faster clear, and overall I think just a better champion in
And
the
a
jungle.
little more menacing when she's running at you, as for the enemies.
Yeah. Yeah, Maokai has to get up
I
close and
actually do
personal.
like the Gangplank pickup here. I think it makes a lot of sense to play a scaling laner into the Maokai. Just 'cause I don't know if the Maokai will have a ton of kill pressure, so this could enable Shoemaker to just scale up peacefully.
Yeah, I mean, really going to be a free farm lane for the Gangplank there in the
Right.
top lane. Not a whole lot Maokai can do to Gangplank as far as outright killing him in the laning phase.
Yeah.
Gangplank typically takes grasp, can harass and sustain pretty well, and once he gets a barrel on the ground, if Maokai allows that barrel to be placed and tick down to one auto attack left on it, he's guaranteed to take damage basically from the barrel because either A, he walks up to try to get the last auto attack, Gangplank can shoot it before he's in auto attack range, or Gangplank can just chain it with another barrel. So it's pretty scary for Maokai to actually farm in this lane, having to worry about the barrel
Right.
damage constantly.
And even though the Rise is a bit weak earlier, like the Rise has a ton of kill pressure. With Amumu, like they have really really good CC. Um, so I wouldn't count this mid lane out for having some action. I'd say it's unlikely, but it could happen. Both Ari and Rise have a ton of wave clear, but both of them also have great gank assist or gank setup, whichever way you want to look at it.
Yeah.
And both the junglers have some pretty solid CC as well.
Yeah, the 2v2 in mid and top is pretty scary for both sides. There's a chain CC available for Scuttle Crab in both lanes, and including the bot lane with the Alistar combo, Caitlyn traps, and Morgana root. So it's pretty scary for the Draven, who really just has the Leona to try to body block for him. Doesn't have any actual way to get out of CC once he's CC'd.
Right.
So it's gonna be tough. If there's some well executed ganks in the bottom lane, it's gonna be hard for Draven to actually escape from those. But on the reverse
Yeah,
side of
but
that, the Leona going in with the Amumu combo is also pretty scary for the Caitlyn.
yeah, I think for like all the pressure we've put on the bot lane, just from the previous weeks and just from the hype up throughout the week, you got to wonder if they're just going to adjust their play style a bit this week. If they're like, oh yeah, maybe we should focus a bit more on bot lane, or maybe the Mumu hovers around bot while the Morg's coming in or something like that. I'm just like waiting for counter ganks.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're going to see these guys come out swinging with a pick like the Draven Leona and be super aggro in the bot lane, or if they're going to be
That'd be awesome. I
taking it
hope we do.
slow.
No, welcome to the league.
Welcome to the
This
league.
is
We
how it's
don't.
gonna be.
We
We go
only
for
go
those.
in.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm here to see it.
Welcome to the league.
I really think Scuttle Crab's going to invade level 1 here as we wait for the spectator delay. I'm
I hope they do.
anticipating.
We've seen like some pretty tame early game, or yeah, I guess we'd call it the early games. I don't think we've seen any invades lately. So would love to see it.
Yeah, everybody's been fanning out and playing super safe.
Right.
Realistically, I don't expect that to change coming here in the first round of playoffs. But you never know. These teams might have some spicy
I'm just
shit
hoping
planned.
that we can see the same sort of macro from Scuttle that we did last week. I was like
Yeah.
so impressed with them. It made me really happy actually to see kind of how much they've grown. And I'm really hoping that they can just keep snowballing that momentum into this week. I think they'll have like a very good fighting chance against Air if they can do that. Because Air has typically been known for their macro play, especially like with their love of like global champs, global alts, and they've executed on that very well. Especially like Isically leading the charge just season like throughout every season, right? So I think we saw a good response from Scuttle last week, and let's just hope that they can keep it going.
Hell yeah. Well, we're getting in the game here, folks. Getting onto the Rift, and we're going to see if Valib's prediction rings true. If we do get any spicy level 1 action here. Want to see.
I think it's pretty certain that we're going to get some spicy green chroma out of this
Yeah,
Amumu.
we got it. It is here. It is here to stay. Pain's going down from the red side, looking like they want to try to spread out on their blue buff side of the map, while we already see Scuttle Crab fanning out as well. So this isn't really lending itself to a spicy level
No,
1
not
here,
quite.
Valib.
Not quite. I'm sorry, I just have to catch up my timer.
You're good. I'm at 40 seconds, 42 seconds. Tom2, subscribe to the Rec League. Thanks for the sub, buddy. Getting us closer to our goal for the Valorant League. You can see 78% there with about 37 days to go. And the Rec League 2.
We are caught up.
Subscribing to the Rec League. Hell yeah. Hype train. Let's
Rec
go.
League 2.
Come try your luck.
If that's a real account, we like those. If it's an imposter, we don't like those.
Oh, it was like the old alternate stream when we used
Oh, that's
to
funny.
do the one off stream game. But yeah, so pretty boring fan out here. Playing safe,
No,
first
that's
round of
all right.
playoffs. Don't want to give too much up early game, no risks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that Scuttle has to press for an invade because I think all 3 of their lane matchups are in their favor, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
at least like in the early-ish part of the game. So maybe they're just comfortable with saying like we're just gonna chill out a bit and we'll just win our lanes and press those small advantages.
Hell yeah, and MWC W709. Thanks for the 2 gifted subs. You love to see it.
We love to see those.
Yeah, Morgana starting the red buff, gonna path down. It looks like to the Krugs.
Yep.
Maybe look for a full clear on this red side of the map. And thankfully, Valev, we don't have any creep camp bugs here. We can see all the camps
I
that are
actually
up.
do on mine, but
Oh,
that's
no.
okay. That is a-okay.
Pretty even trading in the top lane here. Dolma
Yeah.
getting pretty low, but his passive
The
can help
Dolma's
him out.
potions are gone, but Shoemaker just taking a lot of minion damage there.
Yeah, Danny Taco going in on the Alistar in the bot lane, but taking a lot of damage back from the Draven. A net positive trade for Scuttlecrab, though, as Zeem's still sitting on full HP.
Yep.
And Morgana making her way here to the bot lane. I don't think she
I
was
think she's gonna
spotted.
be seen out.
Binding gonna go wide.
But good pressure. I like that Moonwoo's kind of walking down, but actually that was just a normal jungle path onto blue. But yeah, I like the early aggression out of the Morg. I think it makes a lot of sense. Unfortunate that the binding went wide, but you at least win the mental game.
Yeah.
You let Wild Tortuga and Dainty Taco know what's up.
Yeah, the only thing that's unfortunate now, because of that pathing from Morgana, she's going to be behind about 2 camps in CS. You can see Amumu sitting on 16 and working on clearing his Gromp.
Yeah,
And
going
Morgana
with
just
power
finishing
farm
Raptors. Ooh, Draven actually getting caught up, ignited in the bot lane. One more auto attack is probably going to do it. I don't think the ignite's going to take him down with that potion burning. So that is the heal down from the Draven and the ignite down from Alistar.
Really nice play there by Silky.
Yeah, very well played. Hitting the combo, getting the ignite down, and forcing the summoner out.
Yep. GP crashing this wave, should be looking to go back soon. He should know that Morgana will be topside because she showed bot about like 2 minutes ago. But so it looks like we're just taking the top Scuttle Crab, and bot Scuttle's already taken, and Moon's coming into the mid lane for a gank.
And they got a tower plate in the bottom lane already. The flash actually getting burned by Unstream onto Aetherfox there in the mid lane, and Unstream falling pretty low. Aetherfox maybe could have looked for a flash ignite Q, but opted not to do it. He knew Amumu's flash was still available.
Right.
At best, it might have been a trade of summoners. So a nice hold there by Aetherfox. Actually, I'm sorry, he actually burned his flash in the initial bandage toss. So
Yeah,
wouldn't
it was a
have been
good
able to do
trade
that.
back though, right? He got some good chunk onto Amumu, make him go back, although Amumu got like a pretty full clear, so he's probably going back anyway.
Yeah, you're always going to love seeing that as the jungler. If you can just burn the enemy mid laner's flash almost for free, just throwing a skill shot out and forcing that summoner out, especially when you have a laner like Ryze, who then has so much ability to set up kills. Silky Bandit going into the bot lane here on the Dainty Taco, headbutts him all the way back, but Dainty Taco just follows right up with the Zenith Blade into Zeem, who has to flash out, and the net, but Draven, one more auto attack's going to do it, and who will cash in. First blood on the Draven, Wild Tortuga and Dainty Taco coming together, and Draven just hit level 3. He was level 2 for that fight, and his support was level 4, so he needed that to come back in his lane.
I mean, it's always scary knocking the enemy support into your ADC, right? Especially a support like Leona, who has a hard CC. It looked like a good play at first, at least in my opinion, because like Leo was pretty weak, but it also made it a lot easier to hit the CC onto TM.
Yeah, unfortunately, Alistar with the alley-oop combo assisting the Dainty Taco to get onto the Caitlyn there, and now no summoners on that Caitlyn is going to be pretty easy to wash, rinse, and repeat that one.
Yep, that was certainly very well played by Leona and Draven. Alright, so it looks like we got some pretty even CS mid and top. You gotta think Ari's just looking to crash. Actually, no, not. It's a cannon wave. She's not. Probably won't back yet.
Yeah, I mean, and unfortunately for Air Drake, we see Draven still a pretty big XP disadvantage. Not quite level 4, about 2/3 of the way there, while Caitlyn's sitting almost halfway to level 5. So Going to be a pretty big deficit for Draven for.
Looks like
Most
Amumu
of
might
the
be
laning
looking to
phase
regank
here.
this mid lane.
Yeah, he is
The
to be mid.
flashless mid laner, who
Ari
now
is
has
level
ult
6
though.
now, though. Yeah.
So yep, Aethervox should be pretty safe.
Shoemaker actually getting pretty beat up in the top lane here by Adoma,
Really good
and will
chunk out
take
of
the
Adoma
kill.
there.
Auto attack connected as Shoemaker flashed away.
The flash
So-
is gone. No teleport, no flash. That is massive.
That
for
feels
Scuttle.
so
Very
bad.
well played there by Adoma.
Oh, that feels so bad for a champion like Gangplank, who's now level 5 to level 7. And that Maokai is just going to be such a menace now in this lane. Gangplank wanted an easy farming lane, but he's not going to get it.
And that's a huge wave that was lost too. Lost like about a wave and a half, maybe 2 in the top lane. Yeah, that was an interesting choice to back there in Vision by Aetherfox. Ryze does a good job of stopping it.
Yeah, and now Ari just sitting on the Doran's Ring. Actually, it's not got to complete it back yet. You expect that Aetherfox will look for a recall now, as both junglers hovering around the Dragon Pit. Not going to run into each other. Ping's going down.
And I actually really like this choice by Unstream to kind of just plug the mid lane, because you know that this Ryze is looking to crash the wave as fast as possible. So as the enemy jungler, that's a good time to gank the mid laner, because they're going to use all their abilities. They're just going to spam all of their abilities on the wave, and they're not going to have it like they're going to have very few cooldowns left. So as the enemy jungler, that's a really good time to pounce. Unstream very heads up play to just sit there and wait in case the Mord does come by.
Yeah, definitely good moves by Unstream. Both junglers getting pretty close to this level 6 point where they get these massive team fight AoE ultimates. And I want to see which one can pull off a nice play with their ult first. Unstream notoriously pretty good with these Amumu ultimates. And 420 Blazing Nerd has been looking pretty clean with this Morgana, as I think he's starting the Dragon.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, they had Prio mid. Bot lane's about equal. But Ryze might be sniffing this one out.
Yeah, Ryze going to get zoned away by the Ahri, just chilling here with the pink ward. Unstream making his way down. Dragon's actually not that low yet, so there could be a steal here, but Unstream does have the smite available. Alistar could just zone, but no, allows the movement to get into the pit. Thankfully, 420 Blazing are able to secure that, but might have to just flash the wall here to get out.
Scuttle crew. Alright.
So secured the Dragon, but actually end up giving a kill over.
Oh, I love that Ryze ult.
Yeah, they realm warp behind all of them.
That.
420 Blazing Nerd gonna be caught in the middle of the whole
So
team
well
here.
played.
Sickly taking the kill on the Ryze, sitting on 1-0 now. As Aetherfox gonna have to burn that ultimate to get out of this one.
Yeah, this is just such great macro play there by Air. Really great use of the Ryze ult. They saw that, they knew that 420 Blaze It was trunked. He had to flash over the wall. Like, all right, Ryze ult, let's do it. Let's go get him.
Yeah, I mean, almost disaster for Scuttlecrab there. And we see Zeem getting caught up by the Zenith Blade in the bot lane. The Ignite's down. One more auto attack from Draven will do it, but Alistar with the hero play will be able to get it out. Draven not quite having that flash available to flash for the last auto.
Well, he's not about to hit 6. I was like, he hit 6 in ultim maybe? Throw the blind ult, but no, not quite.
Not quite close enough. Would have been sick though.
Right. So Draven's currently sitting on 103 stacks. The first kill he cashed in gave him 120 gold. At 100 stacks currently. And the Ryze is sitting on 224 stacks for tier, so that's pretty solid. Also, double buff Ryze in the mid lane. That's very hard to play against Ahri.
Yeah, that
So much
feels
wave
so
clear.
bad. You can just constantly push the wave, deny Ahri roaming with that ultimate.
And Amumu already has his completed jungle item, so pretty solid power spike there for him.
But Morgana in the top lane. Chain CC is easy. The cleanse is already down from the Gangplank. Shoemaker picking up another death here as Adoma
is not to
sitting
be
on
messed
2-0.
with today.
No, Adoma absolutely coming in,
He's
ready to
bringing
play.
it. He is bringing it.
Yeah, very impressive stuff. I mean, we expected a tame top lane matchup with the Gangplank into the Maokai, but
Right?
Adoma says, no, I'm going to be 2-0
These
at 10
casters know
minutes in.
nothing. Yeah. It's exciting though, and maybe that's part of why it's going so well. Maybe the Gangplank is like, oh, it's just a Maokai, we good, and you let your guard down for a little bit. Really good chunk there
Aetherfox
from
flashed
Ahri.
out in the mid lane, actually. Saw the Amumu waiting in the wings and didn't
Oh,
decide
he did flash.
to want to wait for that.
Take that back.
I think
Good
Sickly
chunk,
actually
but
had flashed
unfortunately
forward to
for
force it.
CD. Right, so let's see, how long do we have on this jump, or when does drag come up again?
Should be about 2
Taken
minutes.
at 11:05, or no, sorry, 8:20. Yeah, so 13:20. It's interesting though that nobody has looked for Herald yet. It can be a bit hard since both mids have such great wave clear, but what you can try and do is maybe stack 2 waves and crash those at the same time. It can be kind of hard to do though, and then kind of just run over with your jungler to quickly take Herald.
Unstream going to be a menace here in the bot lane and look to clear out this vision. And gonna actually get knocked up and trapped by the Caitlyn. Morgana's here with the ultimate. Does get it onto 2 people. Draven just free firing right now. Dainty Taco getting pretty low. As 420 blazing there in the back end, not getting focused down. One more auto from Draven onto Caitlyn would have got the kill, but no. Unstream picks up the kill on 420 blazing there. Silky Bandit might be able to make it out here. Caitlyn comes down and takes out Dainty Taco. But Wild Tortuga able to secure one on the Alistar into the tower, but Adolma is here now, and this Draven is Probably not going to be too long for the world as Caitlyn picks up the double kill with the Piltover Peacemaker. Ari's here on the roam, Charm goes wide, and the Sickly going to be trying here his best, but I don't know if he's going to be able to secure a kill on the back end. No, Aether Fox picks up a kill onto a Sickly, and now Scuttlecrab in the lead in kills, 6-5 off of a massive teleport play by Adolma.
Insane teleport there by Adolma. That was so well played. It looked really bad for Scuttle. ZM got chunked out so quickly, and he was just like, "All right, I'm out, guys." But you know, Adolma came in on the backside and just cleaned up. Really heads up play there. Unfortunate that you know, you leave the gangplank free, but that's totally worth it. You help your team out, you pick up some kills. Like, we end this.
Yeah, they're definitely in this now. It's only 400 gold separating these teams, and Zeem in that fight did a really good job sitting back after he got chunked and just using his abilities, picked up a kill with the ult, picked up a kill with the Q, and just really abused the range that Caitlyn has in her kit there to still impact the fight.
And you know, it was awesome that ZM was able to snag a couple kills just with this Q, whose name I can't remember what it's called.
Piltover Peacemaker.
Yes, Piltover Peacemaker. Yeah, there were some pretty like very low targets, and I don't think like it wasn't. I think the fights were so close that you can't just give the kill over to your ADC. But ZM with the heads-up timing and you know, really knowing his range well to snag a couple of those.
Oh yeah. Maokai able to pick up another turret plate in the top lane, trying to equalize. Gangplank had actually gotten a lot of turret plate gold and able to creep back in the CS department there in the top lane during that whole play. Not having his TP available as Unstream starts the dragon now. There is vision of it for Scuttlecrab. Alistar with a nice combo there into Unstream, but doesn't quite get the charm chained with the Aether Fox as the rest of the team just kind of kiting back. Caitlyn is on the opposite side of the fight here.
This Cait is nowhere near.
This is going to come down to another 50-50 smite fight, you got to think. Alistar looking for another combo, but it's pretty low. Does still have that ultimate available to become tanky.
Adolma had a
great headbutt to get him out of the pit and secure the dragon for Scuttlecrab. Silky Bandit gonna end up falling to the Gangplank ultimate as it comes down. Sickly dangerously low though. Adolma now in the middle of the fight is getting chunked pretty hard, but Unstream still alive somehow on the back end, and Gangplank gonna take out the Maokai. Some vengeance for the pirate, killing the tree man there, as honestly the side of Airdrake living with slivers of health for the most part.
Yeah, I wonder if there was maybe some. It looked like there might have been some hesitation from ZM there about whether or not to continue poking. Looks like Ari, or I forget if Ari had a charm or if it was a Morg binding, but Ari and Morg continued fighting, but ZM just was kind of like, all right, guys, we got what we wanted. Let's just reset. Makes you wonder if they maybe could have finished off one person there. But yeah, as Shadow of Old pointed out, like at the start of that fight, Cait actually could not run through to her team like directly, so she had to walk around, and so that was really unfortunate. But I think they did a good job of stalling things out. And I mean, you know, Scuttle took the dragon. Adolma made first move in top lane, so he walked down first, and they were, you know, they had a numbers advantage there while Gangplank was still trying to catch up. So that was really smart for Scuttle to do.
Yeah, and I mean, good for Scuttle now. Securing the first 2 dragons is going to get them even closer to getting that Dragon Soul. And I believe we have Ocean Soul in the Rift here. You can see the pretty pink flowers that we all love to see. And honestly, I think if Scuttlecrab can manage to get this Ocean Soul, this Maokai is going to be almost unkillable.
Yeah. And so Draven cashed in for 350 on that last dragon fight. So Wild Tortuga is currently sitting on
Only a 200 gold
472
lead.
gold from his passive.
Yeah, I thought the gold lead for the Draven here would be a lot more, but only sitting up by about 200. I mean, with the amount of plate gold that was able to be secured by Zeem on the Caitlyn, I think they got 4 plates in the bottom lane.
Yeah,
and now Adoma pushing up.
And Adalma's coming with a vengeance.
He's coming in.
The tree man is not to be messed with today. Big charge out from the Scuttle Crab there. Or from the Herald, sorry.
The big
Force.
Scuttle Crab. A lot of value there as Unstream going in on Zeem, gets the ultimate down right into the stand aside from Draven, and that will be a shutdown on top of the stack redemption from Draven with Wild Tortuga, so he's going to feel really good about that one. Should have ballooned his gold lead to almost 1,000 now.
Yeah, there is just so much coming at ZM all game. I think it's a very smart decision by Air to just put a ton of pressure on this Caitlyn.
Yeah, they had the pick lined up. They let the Caitlyn through the draft and said, you know what we're going to do? We're playing Draven, because Wild Tortuga's looked so sick on this pick throughout the regular season, and it's no change in playoffs. He's looking monstrous.
Putting on a clinic in the bot lane.
It has to be a telehealth, though, because you actually can't go into the clinics right now.
They actually, you know, Caitlyn had, or Scuttle got so many plates off that bot turret, but Air was still able to take bot turret first just because of, like, you know, finally having enough items and levels to actually do good damage to the turret quickly. So that one kill was enough to take that turret. Shout out to Endo for the bits. Go Crabs.
Hell
the world is
yeah.
our river.
Love to see it. 100 bits, making us rich. The man's a legend. And Airdrake looking like they're, Scuttlecrab rather, looking like they're posturing in this mid lane now. Maybe you want to rotate the Caitlyn up here and try to brute force down this tower with the amount of siege pressure they have with the Alistar, with the Maokai.
Yeah,
and the Morgana
but
even
it's
threatening bindings
so
on her
hard
tower
into
is
this
scary.
Rise is so much wave clear.
Yeah, it's instant dies.
And
the creeps
yeah, and
insta-die.
you really have to be worried about grouping up into an Amumu. Like, Amumu doesn't have ult right now, but they don't, like, we're not sure if they're actually closely tracking Amumu's ult timer or not. So if you're not doing that, you have to expect the Amumu to have ult about now.
Yeah, maybe they just want to get a shove on this mid lane wave and then just set up for the dragon, try to secure that third one, put themselves on soul point.
Yeah.
I would assume that's what Scuttlecrab is looking to do here as the charm hits and the combo straight onto a Sickly. Gonna get taken out by the headshot from Zeem. Silk Bandit under the tower, tanking it up, but has that ultimate to be a little more tanky. Binding gonna land on the backline on a Draven. Ultimate coming through, and he doesn't block it! They keep walking around! You hate to see that!
They both
Just
have
stand
flash.
still.
Oh no.
Oh, you hate to see that. Zeem threading the needle and
That's a
probably
tilter.
securing the dragon for his team, spawning in about
That is
30
a
seconds
Yeah,
now.
and Dragon's up right now.
Amumu coming in with the ultimate, gets onto 3 people. Not a lot of damage to follow up though. Shoemaker will pick up the kill onto 420
Really
Blizzard
good
as now
teleport from
Adoma
Adoma.
coming in on the backside. Teleports in. Able to get the kill on Unstream as well, and with the damage dealer still alive and a tank available, you have to think Scuttlecrab just right to the dragon here.
Adoma's playing insane this game. Macro game on point. He's like where he needs to be always.
Yeah, Zeem needs to get a move on to this dragon. I think you just kind of ignore that mid lane wave and just start that thing immediately because Airdrake is beelining there. Aetherfox getting heavily chunked out by these barrels from Shoemaker. The gameplay still pretty healthy. Has the flash available as well if he wants to get in here. The dragon getting taken pretty low, but there's no smite available for either team. 420 Blazing Nerd on the map now, going to be making his way there a little sooner. I think really just
Draven
to focus on the
out.
dragon here might be good, but no, Draven going to get
Adoma!
caught out. Adoma is looking
Whose
like a
mans is
god
this?
here.
Whose
Just
mans is
completely
this?
zoning the enemy team as Scuttlecrab put themselves on soul point, picking up that ocean dragon.
Wow, what a response. You know, things were looking very bleak with how bot lane was going because, you know, we said like bot lane is going to be the decider here, especially early on. But Adoma, he's like, no, dude, it's all about top lane today. It's all about top lane today. Let me show you how it's done.
He speaks for the trees.
He speaks from the trees. Oh my gosh.
6, 1, and 3 on the Maokai with a commanding
Dude,
fucking
I
presence
feel
on
like
the
kind of
map.
stupid now for saying like, yeah, you know, there's not gonna be much action in this top lane. We got a Maokai. It's like, you know, it's a Maokai. Maokai is the center of the attention here today.
Yeah, he's beating the heck out of him. Sitting on 2 completed items now. insanely tanky, and like we
Yeah, and
talked
it's
about,
like such a feels bad because like he's insanely strong and he's in like his defense is just massive. Like you can't actually kill this tree.
yeah.
Like if you try to kill this tree, ZM's just gonna shred your whole team.
Honestly, I would like to see Adoma work towards something like an Abyssal Mask. Deal more damage in these fights, and then also enable the other magic damage dealers on his
Right.
team as well with the Morgana and the Ahri to do more.
And also, you know, we got to give a shout out to Aether Fox. When we had that that Caitlyn ult kill in the mid lane, where both the bot laners had flash, that was set up by Aether Fox aggressively ulting in and hitting the charm onto Ryze, I think. And you know, there was really good follow up by Silky there, but really set up there by Aether Fox.
Yeah, he's been hitting these charms. 1-0-5 on the Ahri, looking really clean so far. Only member of his team to not get on the death board. I hope I don't jinx him here, but he's been playing super
And
well.
they're saying, I think Draven's autos heal Maokai at this point.
They're really looking like they do.
Ooh.
Almost unkillable now, sitting on 2 items.
Yeah, and I really dislike this play by Air of keeping Draven and Ryze in the mid lane. Like, Ryze needs a solo lane. Ryze thrives by just getting an experience advantage, and while this Draven is extremely far behind, like, he needs somebody to protect him. I would much rather that be the Leona rather than the Ryze. But I mean, maybe it's not feasible to farm a side lane as the Draven, even with just Leona, since they're both only level 9.
Yeah, looks like they're opting to send Ryze to this bottom lane now to pick up that massive wave. Gangplank was able to shove in this top lane. Draven doing what he can to come back and farm in this mid lane, but it's so scary for Wild Tortuga without having a flash with so much engage potential from the Ahri, from the Alistar. It's really hard to walk up to the CS.
Yep. It looks like, yeah, it looks like the waves are becoming a bit more manageable for
Charm landed an unstream and gets trapped immediately afterwards. Perfectly placed
Really good
trap
catch.
by Zeem. Phenomenally played by Aetherfox and Zeem to kill unstream there.
Yeah, it's like, at least for me, like, you don't expect like an ADC to have like solid CC, especially as a Caitlyn. It's like, oh, they're just long range auto attacks, but no, we can layer those traps pretty well. And ooh, an early hit on the Baron. Oh wait, that might have just been from Sunfire Cape.
It probably was. I don't expect them to actually be starting this year. It looks like they're just trying to clear some vision out. Blazender taking a lot of damage from this
Massive
Baron
damage,
here, though.
Yeah.
And they're all going to actually just take a turn here, taking damage from this Baron.
Oh, wow.
Both taking a less than half HP.
Well, I think they have
Gonna
one
reset
OP,
anyway,
right?
probably.
So maybe it's okay. And both these plants are out. Yeah, there was a lot of excitement for little action, but
Another charm going to land and a perfect combo
oh my gosh.
with the Alistar. Adoma going straight in on Unstream here. A lot of damage going down onto this Amumu. The Gangplank ultimate's coming through under tower though, and a big barrel is going to chunk almost the entire team. Well played by the Draven and Gangplank to be able to pick up kills in the back end of the fight here. The God will fall. Adoma
Really nice
taken
response
down.
there by Air.
Big bounty going over to Gangplank. So a little bit of an overstep under the tower by Scuttle. Gets heavily punished by Air Drake.
Yeah, and I think that's like the first major GP ult that's hit, right? So they may have, well, they probably definitely underestimated how much damage it would do, or maybe weren't expecting it.
Yeah, and unfortunately now we have the dragon spawning very soon. I think they'll be able to be back on the map
Looks
before
like
this one actually
30 seconds
spawns.
until it spawns.
Adoma does have teleport, and the damage dealers in mid and bot as Silky
Yeah.
Bandit popped his Gargoyle's stone plate there by accident.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, massive shutdown on the Dalma has now been seized. So Draven got a 450 bounty on Caitlyn, and Gangplank got a Dalma's bounty for 300.
Yeah, this Gangplank actually has a 2,000 gold lead on the Maokai now, who was so massive.
Wow.
But Gangplank's just been farming in the side lane and getting huge, and plus getting that shutdown. Gangplank is starting to become extremely relevant, sitting on 2 items now.
Oh yeah. You guys thought the Maokai was where all the action was?
Big
No.
barrel.
He's scaling.
Yeah, these team fights are so scary now with the amount of AoE damage that can come out from
Right.
Gangplank, from Ryze. Maybe going to look for a steal here on this dragon. They do manage to secure it. Yes, they do secure it. That is Ocean Soul for Scuttle Crab, but the fight's still going the way of Air Drake as Draven absolutely popping off. Morgana taking the kill onto the Ryze, but Amumu going to take down Morgana in response. Aetherfox and Adoma still so healthy here in the back end of the fight, and I think they can keep fighting this. Aetherfox,
Yeah,
you got to
like-
help your boy out. You're full HP. Help him out. He's never
tree
going to
is
die.
dead, you know?
If Ocean Soul, Unstream just having to walk it out here. Triple kill for the Ahri, as probably not going to be able to follow this up for a Quadra. Maybe get in range for a combo. does get slowed.
Got the smite.
They wanted it, but not quite going to be able to get it. We'll be content pushing in this mid lane tower.
That was like extremely scary for the Ahri. Like Adolma and Silky Bandit were clearly giving the kill on the Draven to the Ahri, but like Ahri's abilities were all on CD, so Draven just had like a second and a half of free fire on the Ahri, and if you get some lucky crits there, like whoa.
Yeah, that was on a knife's edge, but thankfully for Scuttle Crab and for Scuttle Crab fans, they're able to pick up that ocean drag, securing the Ocean Soul with a nice smite from 420 Blaze It Nerd. Air Drake's going to have a tall task ahead of him. That was a pretty
early Ocean Soul too.
Yeah, that was very early. And now Air Drake going to be on the back foot here in these team fights, facing the immense healing coming out from every member.
Ahri collected a 700 gold shutdown on Shoemaker, so Aether Fox looking very big here. Looks like Isakli is now on 2 items though, so he'll start pumping out a lot more damage.
Yeah, and that's the thing for Scuttle Crab and why they're going to be happy about securing that Ocean Soul is because they do get outscaled in this game by the Gangplank, you know, Rise and Mumu. Ridiculous scaling for the side of Air Drake, so picking up that Ocean Soul is going to feel really good. That even if you're getting outscaled, you just have such a huge teamfight tool available to you.
We're seeing the Morello Nomicon and Stopwatch for Aether Fox here. I like it.
Yeah, I love that. It's a really smart pickup. Have the Thornmail.
We also have a Stopwatch for Isakli, so
yeah,
I love that item. I think it's great for both of them to have it, both mid laners.
Yeah, it's going to be a deciding factor in this next fight for sure. Really would like to see. We have the Executioners on the Draven and the Gangplank, and we have a Bramble Vest. I don't know if Rise is really going to need to buy a Morellonomicon here, but it's going to be kind of tough to apply the Grievous Wounds debuff to the entire team with just the Executioners and the Draven and Gangplank. You know, aside from if the Gangplank ultimate's up or if you can chain a massive barrel. Aside from that,
I think as a Rise, that makes more sense just to either go for Zanya's here or maybe the Void Staff. You need something that can to actually like do damage to Adalma here, and I mean, yeah, it would be nice to have the Grievous, but I think you just gotta have something to shred this Maokai first.
100%. I think they should be able to apply it frequently enough with the items that they currently have. Still scary.
Yep.
As Draven pushing in this mid lane, still trying to catch up in XP. Has been down for most of the game. Aether Fox is going to get caught out here by the Mumu. Should be able to just walk it right out. Heals up for so much. Unstream, maybe a little too deep there for Unstream. Does get rooted right into the Alistar combo and will get taken out. Adolma is debuffed, not healing quite as much as he would like to. The Gangplank ultimate comes down across everybody. Aether Fox failing the flash, going to get stunned up. But Dainty Taco just comboed right in the backside, and Draven taken out by Aether Fox, who's still somehow alive. And now Zeem going to get the chase down to the Shoemaker, who just has to back away with a Sickly. The only 2 members remaining as Scuttle Crab set their sights on that Baron buff.
Next level baits there by Aether Fox.
Yeah, he fails the flash at the red wall just to make them hard commit.
Right.
That's some big Galaxy Brain moves right there.
Yeah, Galaxy Brain missed the flash, Stopwatch. But I really like this take here of the Baron. Like, you have 3 down, including the jungler, like, right next to Baron. Easy take there. 30 minutes, you guys have enough damage to just shred that thing. Yeah,
pretty cut and dry here now from Scuttle Crab as far as their win conditions go. Have the Ocean Soul, have the Baron buff. Probably can just walk it up mid lane here. There will be a significant amount of side lane pressure being put down by the Rise and Gangplank. Yep. But I think the mid lane pressure that Scuttle can put on now is going to dissuade a lot of that pushing ability.
Yeah. So yeah, okay, it looks like they're actually going for bot lane here. I think that also makes sense because there's still an outer turret up. Or you call it an inner turret. Second tier turret, that's what we'll call it.
I think we call it the inner turret.
Inner turret, yeah. We have outer, inner, and then inhib.
Yeah.
But looks like Elder is going to be spawning here in just a few seconds or minutes.
Yeah, and Scuttle Crab should have full position to be able to take this one. Establishing vision control in the enemy blue side jungle now makes it very scary.
It would be good if they could get this bot lane wave to crash when the dragon actually spawns, and I think it's a smart choice not to actually clear this wave fully. just so that the wave won't crash prematurely. And you know, we see the blue team here is pinging the wave.
Yeah, Dolma gonna be annoying and buff that wave up, make it so hard for them to kill these minions. Rise still does a pretty good job of it though. Dolma might have to be a little careful here. Unstream maybe looking for a flank. Ari's on the side, trying to look for something, and Mumu could be caught. Does get the bandage toss onto Ari, but gonna get charmed up. And
Just
CC
like it
Chan
happened
taking
at Red
so
Buff.
much damage, and Mumu just instantly taken
Just
out.
how it happened last time.
Zeem with the quick QSS to get out of that, and honestly, Scuttlecrab can just walk straight to this Elder Dragon now. They're chunked, but they're going to heal from this ocean.
Yeah, it's a bit of a misstep there, trying to, you know, hit the bandage toss when your team's not quite ready to follow up on it.
Oh, and Draven just gets instantly blown up by the Ari. No, does end up flashing to try to get the headshot
that was
blocked
very
by
risky
Gangplank,
to
but
box the kill over there. But it worked out.
and that's going to be Elder Dragon now secured for Scuttlecrab.
With the air. Or,
Ocean
sorry, the Elder.
Soul available, Elder Dragon available, and Baron buff on its last few ticks here for Scuttlecrab, having all the tools they need to close this game out. You have to think it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I mean, they, as Shadow of Old said, they really just, you know, Scuttle really just has to keep their foot on the gas, because if they let up and just start chilling a bit, air can most certainly outscale them. But I mean, they're doing what they need to do, and just keep doing it.
Ooh, another
like,
charm on Unstream gets
caught
comboed
again.
again. Caught out. Gonna die to the Elder Burn here. Zeem on a rampage. Sitting on
Aether
10 and
Fox
4 on
is
the
just-
Caitlyn. He's a sniper with
Aether
these
Fox is
charms.
just giving it on stream today. He is
Yeah,
just giving it to him.
he
charm
has
after
his number.
charm.
He has his number.
Aethervox playing insane.
Yeah, I expect to see Ari coming out for the bans here in game 2. This guy's looking insane on this
I would
pick.
get rid of it. But let's see if so the Baron buff is now gone, but they still have Elder. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
4v5, the
they still have
Maokai ult comes down just a zone. Rise having to flash away from the charm there from Aetherfox. Inhibit base tower number 1 going down. Gangplank ultimate coming down to try to dissuade the game-ending
ton of
play.
damage on the Silky Bandit.
Yeah, Silky Bandit, but the Gargoyle Stoneplay going to keep him pretty healthy. The Zenith Blade lands, but I don't think that's where you want to be for Leona. Aetherfox picks up the kill on the Draven
Yeah,
on the
I
back end, and now Leona going to fall to the Ignite. Or rather to the
I
pool
think
damage
actually,
from
it might have been a
Morgana.
good return there with like the Leona coming in.
Yeah, the rest of the team just too far away though, as Scuttlecrab working on this last Nexus tower should be able to take down the Nexus here and take a 1-0 lead in this series unless Unstream comes out here with a miracle play. Last few autos here on the Nexus should come through. They want to get the kills with the Elder Dragon. They want the sick animation coming through, and the Nexus will explode. No animation on that one aside from the regular
that
one.
was so well
but
played by Scuttle.
Scuttlecrab takes him down. 1-0.
So well played by Scuttle.
Yeah, that
But,
was sick.
I mean, Air was they're fighting, but Scuttle triumphed in this one.
That they did. Came out swinging. The Dolma said, I want this, and I'm going to take it. Revenge for the destruction of the environment. I'm playing the Tree
And
Man.
then Adalma passed off the torch to Aetherfox, and there was no looking back.
Yeah, phenomenal game. Very well played by both teams. You love to see it. We're going to send it to a quick 3-minute break here as we get the next lobby made. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, hello, and welcome back. Valab making himself a drink, getting super hyped,
Yes.
getting lit
We
for
got
the stream.
got 2 parts of Rec League and a lot of parts of Red Gatorade because that's all we have,
You love
and
to
we
see it.
forgot to buy Coke.
New sponsor incoming, Red Gatorade for the Rec
Yeah,
League.
Red Gatorade,
New flavor will be pickle.
the drink of champions.
Pickle Gatorade coming to a Rec League near you soon. But wow, that game one did not fail to disappoint. It was back and forth for so much of the game, and we saw Adoma absolutely popping off in that top lane. But a nice clapback from Air Drake in the mid game. Looked like they might be able to turn it around.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane. I thought Adalma like hands down carried the early game for Scuttle, and like yeah, I was so worried that Adalma was going to be so big that Air would have no chance to actually scale. Um, you know, Scuttle, they pressed their advantage pretty well, but they also gave Air some opportunities to get back into it, particularly when they were fighting around that inner turret in the mid lane. Um, Honestly, I thought that was a turning point. That Gangplank ult came in. There was just so much damage everywhere. And like Scuttle just got obliterated. I think they layered it within a Mumu ult and all sorts of stuff. But once that fight happened, I got like really worried. Well, really concerned for Scuttle. I was like, oh no, like this is the point where Air just finally outscales them. And I don't know if they actually did outscale them at that point or not. It could have just been like from that point on teamwork. But Scuttle, they were still in it. They answered so well. They played those team fights extremely well. Couple missteps there with perhaps Amumu engaging when his team wasn't quite ready to fight or wasn't right near him. But yeah, you love to see Air going for those opportunities and having the potential picks on the enemy mid laner, but didn't quite pan out. And Scuttle kept their foot on the gas and they converted.
Yeah, that they did, and it did get a little scary there, as Adolma was saying in the chat. Scuttle's composition gets pretty tough to play in the late game versus Air's composition, but they closed it out, getting all the super buffs on the map, so they had what they needed to be able to end
Yeah,
that
they did
game and not let
exactly
it
what
get
they had
late.
to do.
Oh yeah,
Executed very well.
they kept pressing, they kept the foot on the throat, and really played that one out exactly how they needed to, off the back of some unforced errors from Air Drake. Unfortunately for them, hopefully they can clean it up here in game two, because I want to see a 3-game set. I want to see a banger.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I think, yeah, we typically playoffs haven't been like the matchups haven't been too contentious recently, except I think last season we had a couple of close ones, but it'd be good to see that again.
Yeah, I love when the games. I mean, I'm sure for a lot of the production team, it does get super exhausting. You get it to be a best of 5. You're going straight to 5 games.
Sure.
They're all 45 minutes. It's like 1 a.m. and you're like, holy fuck, can this just end? But
Yeah.
it's worth
And
it.
then,
It's
and
so
then you have
hype.
delays because cats and Windows and
Windows
it
updates,
happens,
yeah.
but
Yeah. All
all
part of
right.
the territory here in the Rec League.
All right. So it looks like one of the teams is ready, and so we're almost good to go.
Yeah, get in the lobby. It looks like both these teams are.
Bans. I think it's pretty safe to say we will see an Ari ban.
Yeah, I would be surprised to see that champion let through again. Aether Fox was already like a known Ari player before. Maybe they figured they could just play into it. Don't really see
Right.
her as a very strong champion, but if you can't dodge those charms, then
Yeah,
Ari
he
gets
was
pretty strong.
it was insane, just hitting charm after charm after charm. So many picks, which is exactly how you have to play Ari. Did it so well. And all right, so we are now into champ select.
Moment of truth. Will Airdrake ban away the Ari? They take away Caitlyn for the first ban, which not surprising. Zeem looked pretty good on
Yeah.
that one.
He did. I think that Air did a pretty good job of capitalizing on. I don't know if you'd call them missteps or what, but I think that they kept ZM down pretty well, I thought. But I also think it makes a lot of sense to try and put him on something a bit more short range, to something that could be a bit more favorable for Wild Tortuga's champ pool.
Yeah, and so nothing really changed here from the side of Scuttlecrab for these bans. Still taking away Vlad, Cassiopeia, whereas Airdrake has changed up all their bans so far, banning away Caitlyn and Ari. Don't want the salty run back.
I'm a fan. Let's see what they got.
And the
Alistar, okay.
They're taking it all away. They're saying, you are not getting that composition again. We're going to make you play something else.
No comfort picks today. But we see the same 3 bans out of Scuttle. I think that makes a ton of sense. first
And
picks.
I like this because
Taking it away, I like this
Yeah.
a lot. And you know, this doesn't even necessarily have to be Isicly's play, right? This could go to Wild Tortuga. I don't know if Wild Tortuga actually plays any AP bot laners. I think it's pretty safe to say it's Isicly's champ, but there's a chance.
there's a chance. It could be Syndra jungle too. I know
True.
that is sometimes played. I'm not sure how good it is right now, but it's always a flex option.
I have seen Unstream play some pretty unconventional picks before,
Yeah.
though. So I don't know if they were in Rec League or just maybe from like practicing with him last season or what, but he's capable of it.
He's willing to pull him out.
Wonder if we're gonna see a Morgana here. Probably not. Probably see the ADC. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. I was thinking it would be either Jinx or Trist, just from what I know of ZM's like pool, but I like the Jinx.
Yeah, opts to go for another team fighting AD carry. Moderately safe if you can get excited in the middle of a team fight. You have all that move speed to try to get away from stuff. If you don't get excited in the fight, it's a little scary if the enemy team has point-click CC.
Right.
Can lock you down pretty fast. But Kog'Maw being hovered here.
I do like that Jinx scales quite well. I do like the pick of a scaling ADC though. I think it fits ZM's playstyle a lot more. I think it's better for him to have something with like a bit more early impact, just because I think that can help him kind of dominate the lane and gain control.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, generate those CS leads. But I also think it's totally good for Scuttle's, you know, draft style here to pick a scaling ADC.
So we're seeing the Kog'Maw Lulu composition coming out from Air Drake.
Spicy.
I expect to see double tank picked up for
Yeah.
jungle and top lane to be able to provide some peel for this Kog'Maw in these team fights. Syndra already really good at doing that with her Scatter the Weak. Can do a massive AoE stun. Almost feels like a point-click stun, to be honest, how easy that
Right.
shit is to land.
Yeah, I don't even know if we'll see a tank top. I think Shoemaker might opt for a bruiser. I would like to see like a Wukong. Or maybe like, I would actually really like to see a Shen. So yeah, that is a tank. I'm not sure if Scuttle will be looking to ban Shen here, but I think Shen or Wukong would be great. I think he needs to have something that can answer a Dalma and like actually duel pretty well. My concern with picking a tank is that, you know, you might just be conceding the lane. But that's also what I thought last game, and we saw what happened.
That's
So,
what we both thought last
know,
game, and he popped
All
off.
bets are off. Yeah.
Yeah, Shen would be good, though. You love seeing a Shen with the Kog'Maw composition, with
Right.
the Lulu. So many shields.
And we know Air loves the globals. We know Air loves
yeah.
globals. So I think Shen makes a ton of sense for them.
Yeah, they already banned away the set from Shoemaker and take away the Nocturne now from Unstream. Might just run back to that Amumu for Unstream as
Oh,
Air
they
Drake
actually banned the Wukong.
Yeah.
Okay.
don't want to see it.
Oh yeah, because Scuttle had first pick. That makes more sense. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I would not let that one through. Plus,
No.
we also know like part of the fear of picking a tank is we also know that Adalma is a very competent Urgot player.
Mm.
That lane could just feel miserable. But we're seeing the Orianna for Aether Fox.
We see the Orianna, but we do not see any super effective ball carriers. I expect to see one of those taken for the
Right.
top lane for Adalma. So we can have some option for a team fight engage here.
Yeah. And Wukong is such a good ball carrier. But, you know, also you don't have to have a ball carrier. You can also just place the ball with your Q.
It's true.
But we're going to see another Gangplank game.
I like that, actually.
Yeah, I thought he did pretty well. He scaled well. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to answer Adalma's early pressure across the map. But, yeah, he held his own.
All these troll hovers, Master Yi, Karthus.
I was like, there is no way we're playing Warwick here. There is no way we're playing
Oh,
Warwick.
and the Warwick. Sejuani makes a lot of sense. It's a big,
Yeah.
beefy front line to stand in front of that Kog'Maw,
A
so
lot
he
of
can
control,
stand
yeah.
behind, deliver the auto attacks. And last pick here will be the top lane counter pick for Scuttlecrab. We'll see what they opt to go with into the Gangplank.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna run back Maokai. Yeah, I like Yorick. Someone that can duel really well and just be an absolute nuisance. Gangplank is a nuisance. Yorick is more of a nuisance.
Yeah, you think Gangplank's the lane bully, but then Yorick says, "Hold my shovel,
Yeah.
I got this."
Oh, those ghouls are so frustrating to play against. Probably just because I don't know how to play against Yorick properly, but
Yeah, I feel like in solo queue you like never see Yorick's, and when you do, it's like the
and
guy that
anytime
only
anybody
plays
walks
he
in
only plays
or
Yorick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a one trick. It's like if you see Yorick dodge because they're a one trick, I guarantee you.
Yeah, you definitely got to get out of there. As we see the Lulu Kog'Maw into the Jinx Leona bot lane, Syndra versus Orianna in the mid lane. Morgana again for the jungle for 420 Blazing Nerd. Looked really good on that one last game. Answered now with the Sejuani from Unstream.
I
Very
mean,
strong
the
jungle
man's
pick.
3-0 on the Morg.
He's 3-0.
The man is 3-0 on the Morg.
Might be the best Morgana jungle in the league.
I by win percentage and win count for sure. I actually really like the Syndra pickup here from Air. I'm happy that they actually picked like a very clearly winning mid lane. And sure, like Syndra was a first pick, but Syndra can just have so much pressure in the mid, and like it's so hard to answer a Syndra,
Yeah.
especially like a competent Syndra. We've seen some insane Syndra play from Aetherfox. It makes a ton of sense to ban the Ahri and not let Aetherfox have the Syndra. And I am sure that Isakli has a ton of experience with Syndra. So I'm expecting some big plays here from Isakli.
You love to see it. And Wrecked Pickle Popper coming through with the 3 gifted subs to Chonky, Trex, Trustiest Karma, and Painted Box Turtle for the Yorick pick. And Null Knight subscribing with Twitch Prime for 2 months streak, 3 months now. Thank you. He trusts in the Yorick. You love to see it. 83% on the Valorant League, guys. 37 days to go. We are getting close.
Valorant League when?
Valorant League soon, apparently.
Soon, yeah.
We're getting there.
We getting there.
I can't wait to show off how trash I am at that game to everybody.
I thought that I did everything I needed to do to get a key, and then I watched some like annoying streamer for like 3 hours, and then like Nullark's like, yeah, dude, you actually gotta like log into the Valorant website to be eligible.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
You gotta link your
So we're
Riot
still
account.
clueless, but we're hoping we'll get one soon.
Well, at least you didn't waste too much of your time watching an annoying streamer.
Yeah, I think I think the play is just to leave it on like while I'm sleeping or something.
Yeah, that's definitely the play. Although you only can have it on for 2 hours, and if you don't get the drop, then you have to switch because you're probably not going to get it after 2 hours. The percentage goes down really far.
So we'll just do like 1 per night. I think that's the move.
1 a night. I got them on right now. I already got the key. I just keep them on. I want more keys. I'm going to give them out.
More keys. Pushing keys out here in the rec
Pushing
league.
keys out. Coming to you soon. They're gonna be in the mail. Brian the Broken's mailing out some Valorant keys, so stay tuned for that.
Right.
But getting pretty close to getting into the game here. About 30 seconds left in the spectator delay. We talked a lot about this top lane and bot lane matchup. How do you feel about the mid lane matchup, Orianna versus Syndra?
Isakli is gonna flex. I think this is definitely Syndra favored, but it depends on how aggro Isakli goes. And I think Isakli will play it pretty aggro. It could be miserable for the Ori, but you also have to, part of the trouble as the Syndra is if you push too hard, you make it easy for the Ori to farm under tower. So you need to be able to harass the Ori while not just crashing one wave by itself. So it can be a bit tricky, but I think Isakli he's definitely cut out for it.
Oh yeah.
But I also feel confident in Aetherfox's ability to stay like relatively close. I do think Isakli will have a slight CS lead, maybe like 15, 20 creeps by 10 minutes or 12 minutes. But I think Aetherfox will still be able to scale pretty well himself. And I do like Aetherfox opting for the barrier here.
Yeah.
So it's a lot harder to just, assassinate or one-shot Aetherfox. But Isakli is going to have a ton of pressure with this teleport, both in lane and just globally.
Yeah, he will. And we see Kog'Maw actually having taken the heal here in this game, which I would have honestly liked to see Kog'Maw opt for the cleanse in this bottom lane against the Leona with a Morgana, Jinx with the traps on the other side of the team. Kog'Maw just wants to be able to not die in these team fights later on. The heal is okay as a combat summoner in the bot lane, but cleanse is going to keep you alive for a lot more diverse scenarios in the game.
Yeah, it's also interesting for the Lulu opting for exhaust. I think it makes sense with the Kog'Maw laner, but then you look at Scuttle's team comp and like, do they have a lot of like divers? I think it's like just Yorick, right? I mean,
yeah, just the Yorick, just the Leona, really.
Yeah. So
Scuttle Crab going to be walking in the bot side here, but does get spotted on a
Dude,
ward.
this is juicy.
Air Drake knows
Oh,
exactly where they are right now.
Yeah. Dang.
We'll see them walking up here with that nicely placed ward, and going to see him walk right on out as well. As now Air Drake heading up towards the red side of Scuttle Crab. Just going to put the ward down, not going to opt to go for the invade.
I think
play it safe.
I think our resident analyst here, Rec Pickle Popper, with really spotting out stuff that we've missed. Adalma is has already clearly telegraphed his playoff strategy. He's opting just to play all of the cat skins.
He played Meowkai last game, yeah.
So
I guess.
And now we have like.
And now he's on the Yorick.
I don't know what it's called, but it's cat.
Meowrick.
Meowrick. There it is.
I think that's what it is. You just say meow and then the end part of the name, and you're going to be right 90% of the time. So we're good to go here. Both junglers starting out.
Rec Pickle Popper.
Opposite sides of the map. Sejuani will get pinged out, is spotted, I believe. Just a guess, actually. Seeing the bot lane here of Air Drake getting to lane at that time. Scuttle Crab guessing that Sejuani actually started on the blue buff, and they do guess right.
Yeah. You also, like, part of the problem, well, not problem, but the air bot lane didn't actually spend any mana. So the Scuttle team might know what's up. I doubt they do, but if the team comes back with full mana, full health, you gotta wonder if it's a fake leash every now and then.
Yeah, I think they did know because they put pins down on the blue buff then right when they saw him come to the lane. As
okay.
The barrel goes down from Gangplank onto the top lane on Adolma. Really starting to bully now. Wants some revenge for how this top lane went last game.
Yeah, I think Shoemaker, he's like, nope, you got me last time, I'm gonna get you this time. Coming back with a vengeance. I also really like that these barrels are watermelons.
Yeah, they look they look awesome.
Secret vitamin tech.
Yeah, when you're sailing the high seas for that long, you don't want to get scurvy. As we see a gank come in here, burns the flash and the barrier. Actually, don't think he actually had to burn that barrier. There was no ignite to come down from a sickly on the Syndra.
Up there by Isically and really.
Oh, the flash auto attack from Shoemaker with the passive up secures the kill on the Yorick under tower. Flashed right on him. That was so sick.
Yeah, that was very well played by Shoemaker. I mean, thankfully Adalma still has both sums, so he shouldn't lose too much CS. But yeah, that is not what you want to see if you're an Adalma fan.
Shoemaker already coming back with a vengeance in this lane. Got disrespected last game, and he says, "You're not doing this to me again."
Nope, it is my time to shine. You guys got one, that's it.
You can have one as a treat.
That was just our warm-up, guys. Don't you worry. I do like though that they didn't just pick scaling mid and scaling top. I think it's just from Air's strengths. Like we know that they have a very strong top and very strong mid. I think it makes way more sense just to have at least either the mid or top picking a winning matchup, or at least having a strong early game presence. And they've clearly done that here with Syndra.
Oops, Zenith Play gonna land. Change into the chompers by Jinx. There's a lot of damage going out of Wild Tortuga on the Kog'Maw. Exhaust comes through a little late by Dainty Taco. Doesn't actually mitigate that much damage. Silky Bandit gonna take a decent amount on the back end, but gonna be able to walk it out as Sickly putting down the hurt with an electrocute proc onto the Orianna in the mid lane.
Really good trade there. They got the exhaust out, and Scuttle bot lane still has all 4 sums. And I mean, they even got Kog'Maw's health pot. Jinx still has everything. Maybe used like one biscuit, but they're good.
Yeah, a massive health lead now.
Mm-hmm.
Cancel the auto attack there for Shoemaker. Didn't get the barrel proc off. That feels bad, man. Gets that one though.
Yeah, it looked like there might have been some AA cancels out of Adalma, or maybe that was just a juke. I don't know.
Just
but
a taunt.
Good response there from Shoemaker.
Stun comes through, and there is no flash on Aether Fox. A nice flash knock-up by Unstream to secure that kill for Sickly in the mid lane. Taking down Aether Fox, who no summoners. It's going to be easy to abuse that one.
I mean, that's what you have to do, right? Like you see you have a flashless mid laner, and even no barrier, but like more importantly, no flash. You have to re-gank it. Basically, Unstream does exactly what he has to do, and I mean, excellent gank setup there by basically. I don't know whether it was like Unstream saying, "Hey, I'm gonna come gank," or if it basically saying like, "Hey, come gank now." Whatever it was awesome. Keep doing it.
Yeah. You love to see it, and I love these watermelons from Gangplank. I keep looking at them. They look so awesome.
Diff in the top lane for sure.
watermelon
diff.
Yeah, it's not what you're gonna want to see if you're a Scuttle Crab fan.
Right? You got cats, we got watermelons. Like, what's up? Watermelon OP.
Yeah, apparently it is. A Shoemaker now about a wave up in CS, pushing into the tower. York having to walk back to the top lane here as Gangplank
Yeah.
continuing to snowball his lead. About 600 gold now ahead for Shoemaker on this Gangplank.
And in this bottom lane, I would like to see Silky Bandit posture a bit more aggressively. For quite some time, it's been kind of where Silky's been playing behind ZM, and like the Jinx Leo like beats the Cog Lulu in trades. I think Silky should be looking to kind of go onto this Cog, or at least keep Cog away from the wave as much as possible. We already know that the Scuttle bot lane has a summon advantage.
Does hit the Zenith Blade into the Chompers. Jinx going to lay down some damage, but unfortunately not able to layer that onto the Lulu while she was CC'd, putting some hurt onto the Kog'Maw though.
They engage, and such a favorable trade there for Scuttle. So like as long as they keep being mindful of that, just keep doing that, and like you'll really help ZM create a CS advantage. Kind of what they were doing was letting Kog'Maw free farm essentially, and that's not that's not how Jinx wins this lane.
On stream, starting this dragon in full vision with no priority for his bot lane. It's going to be pretty scary for him. He actually gets stunned up. The Zenith Blade does connect. Will get stunned, has to smite for health. But taking pretty low Silky Bandit on the back end. Will get taken out. We'll take out Unstream rather in the pit. Flash Zenith Blade to get in there like that. That was sick. Directed camera took me top lane for some reason. But right. Scuttle Crab taking the dragon here, getting stunned up. Cinder does pick up a kill on to Silky Bandit. But the boys,
yeah, that was an extremely greedy play there out of Air. You're like the Air bot lane did not have prio. Like you can't be just taking that dragon blind, because you have to expect that Scuttle bot lane may at least check river. So as you know, for the Air team, I think that was very greedy. I think having bot prio is even more so important than having mid lane prio. So while Isically may have had prio, or the lane may have been equal, Wild Tortuga and Dainty Taka were pushed in. So you have to be concerned about trying to start the dragon there as Air.
Oh yeah, and they lose the dragon. Fortunately for themselves, they pick up 2 kills, trading 2 for 1. So not the worst thing in the world. They get 2 kills onto their mid laner, right. Which feels pretty good for Isically. Lulu buying.
Yeah, I mean,
mana pendants.
Air still has Air has the gold advantage, and both their solo laners are ahead. So I think they're doing okay. I think they're doing perfectly fine. Unfortunate that Scuttle, unfortunate for Air that Scuttle was able to take the dragon, but a good answer there from Scuttle. I
don't know much about bot lane. Can you tell me if this is the move, buying 3 fairy charms on the Lulu?
I also don't know enough about it to tell you whether or not it's good. But
I know the sellback is like pretty equivalent. Yeah. Like you don't lose that much gold.
I know as a mid laner it's okay to buy fairies. I assume it's the same as for the Lulu. Although what else would the Lulu buy? Did the Lulu maybe Lulu didn't have enough gold to upgrade the spell thieves.
Wanted to get something for the lane. Makes sense.
Yeah, like maybe if you have like 400 gold there, like what are you gonna do? I think the upgrade's like 500, right? I don't know.
And the upgrade too.
Oh yeah, and okay, so the Shadow Gold and Mr. Neat got us in the chat, so they'll go into it.
Doma again jumped on here as gonna get stunned up and locked down. It's Chain CC coming down. Should be able to just easily be picked up. Shoemaker taking that one, sitting on 2-0 in the Gangplank now. Really coming back with a vengeance in this game.
And yeah, we're seeing a clean Herald take here from Air. Shoemaker angry today. And as Air, I think this is what they have to do. I think Isically, the Rec League veteran, just a total boss. He's dominating this lane. Previously, he's been on like scaling champs, which is also okay.
The Chain CC coming down and Zeem picking up the kill under the tower, but I think Silky Bandit ended up falling to Kog'Maw there. I don't know how worth that is, going 1 for 1 with the Kog'Maw as we see Sejuani going to the mid lane now. We'll be able to stun up Aetherfox. Barriers burn, but the Syndra ultimate available should pick up the kill, and it does. Aetherfox falling again. No summoners available again now.
Yeah, well, the thing is like Syndra dominates this lane, and if the Ori steps up too far, like Unstream's doing exactly what he has to do and just playing around with Syndra. It's so hard, like the positioning for the Ori is so difficult, especially like once Syndra has a slight lead, and they're just exploiting it and doing what they have to do.
Yeah, and take a look at these gold leads here in the mid and top lane for Air Drake. We're sitting on 4,100 and 4,500 respectively for the top and mid lane of Air Drake. And meanwhile, both solo laners for Scuttle Crab are about 2,900 gold each. So that is a massive advantage for
Right.
both solo lanes for the side of Air Drake, and they're looking to snowball this one.
Yeah, this is a big lead, especially with these lane matchups. Honestly, I thought that Yorick would be okay into the Gangplank. Not gonna lie, I do not have much experience with either champ. But I kind of expected mid lane to go like this. I'm actually very happy that Unstreamed is playing so much around Isically, because I think that's what you have to do to win this game.
Yeah. He's
but
doing a great job hovering.
Yeah, he really is.
And so the thing about the matchup last game for Shoemaker is Maokai has the ability to get on top of him and really make it hard for that Gangplank to do a lot. As Dainty Taco getting caught out here in the bot lane is going to end up staying alive, as well Tortuga doing his best to trade back damage onto the Leona.
Yep, we see the Lulu ult and exhaust going down. Or sorry, not the flash, not the exhaust.
Ooh, Unstream is here. He knows Adoma trying to get a recall off. But what I was saying about this top lane is that with the Maokai, it was so easy for Adoma to put pressure onto the Gangplank because he can actually get on top of him and damage him, and heal up with the passive and the Grasp of the Undying as well. So it made it really hard for the Gangplank to actually trade. But Yorick has to walk up to trade and doesn't really have an ability to actually get on top of Gangplank. So Gangplank, Shoemaker can continue to kite back with his barrels and just poke with his Qs, and it makes it really hard for Yorick to actually stay in the lane.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we're seeing just big advantages for both solo laners of Air. ZM though, 20 CS up, 12 minutes, like that's about on par with what we expected from, or kind of where he's been at throughout the season.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for the mid lane, like this Orianna is extremely far behind. Syndra already sitting on a full Ludens, Ori with only Lost Chapter.
Unstream really has a penchant for starting these dragons when it's not optimal for him to do so. Gonna land the ultimate there in Azim in the backline, but there's no follow-up available. Unstream still in the back of the pit, but a nice Syndra stun and the Gangplank ultimate coming down with a big shockwave from Aether Fox onto 3 members. Jinx ultimate comes through as well. Syndra ultimate gonna be able to take down Aether Fox, and Unstream able to secure the dragon as Kog'Maw, the sniper with the auto attack, gets the last bit of damage on the 420 Blazing to take him out. What a crazy fight.
Yeah, I also don't agree with the starting of the drag there, but I mean it worked out. They knew that they had just the power to do it with kind of how strong their laners were, and it worked out, thankfully.
Yeah, Unstream pretty tanky here with the Cinder Hall completed, sitting on a Giant's Belt as well, having the Aftershock. So probably felt a little bit safe in the back of the Dragon Pit with literally the entire enemy team staying in front of him in the front of the pit. He knew his boys were coming and they were going to get him out. Last chopper out of Vietnam. As
Where
Shoemaker,
the boys at? All right, we coming. Yeah.
Shoemaker up 2 levels in this top lane now. It's pretty insane. How close is Adoma here to level 10? He's about 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah, it was also extremely well played there by Isically because the Syndra ult actually didn't kill the Ori. He had to follow up with another Q, and he was able to hit that, which is what actually killed the Ori. So that was really heads up play of like realizing like, hey, my ult's not going to assassinate right here. Like we have to layer some more damage on.
Yeah, Sickly looking super good in this Syndra, sitting on 4-0-2. The 400 gold bounty and about a 1600 gold lead now, picking up blue buff for himself, going to be even more annoying in this mid lane.
Good jungling right there. Give the buffs to your laners.
Yeah. Only if they're good. Only if
they're
they gotta earn them.
Yep. I think Isically clearly proved his worth so far.
Yeah, he definitely did.
You can have 1 blue. We'll reassess in the next 6 minutes.
Yeah. Unstream getting binded up there by the Morgana. Really not in too much danger though. Gets hit by another binding. And the Chain CC going to go down on the bot lane for the side of Scuttle Crab. Do get the shutdown gold on the Kog'Maw, and they're going to keep going through with the double kill now on the Jinx.
Wow, yeah, that was great initiation there by Silky Bandit, and great job layering the chompers by ZM. I mean, yeah, I think they clearly knew they were stronger, and looking for the fight there is great. You gotta wonder why Lulu did not ult there. I'm not sure.
Or exhaust. Kog'Maw didn't use heal. They kind of just got surprised.
Yeah,
it looks
maybe
like
she was just stun locked the whole time. I don't know.
It's possible. I think she had a brief window where she actually could have cast it.
Okay.
There's a lot of times when you get CC'd, when
Yeah.
if you don't know how long the CC lasts, you might just think you're still CC'd. If you're not spamming your ability,
true.
you're not going to be casting it right away.
Yeah, or maybe you know, maybe Dainty Taco's just like, we're dead anyway, like we don't have to waste this.
Save, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a valid point too.
Yeah. Yeah, the Lulu exhaust is like, I don't know how I feel about it.
It's not really an exhaust target.
'Cause yeah, I feel like once you would actually be in exhaust range, like it would only be useful aggressively. Because if you have to exhaust defensively, I feel like it's too late.
Yeah, definitely. There's not really an assassin or a diver on the team that you'd want to exhaust. It will be annoying to be on the Jinx in these team fights, but Lulu should never really be that close to Jinx in
Yeah,
any
I
team
mean,
fights.
maybe they expected the Yorick to be like just pretty like relatively far.
Ooh, chain
ahead
CC in the mid lane here. Summoners are still up for Aether Fox. Burns the barrier. Not able to flash out there, and the last tick of the Aftershock proc will take out Aether Fox
and how
again
it
in this
went
mid
down
lane.
the previous 3 or 4 times, just doing what they need to do.
Well, stun lands will save a Sickly, who is now locked up, unable to get forward now, but Unstream doing his job to keep Silky Bandit CC'd, as top laners still just going at it in the top lane here, just smacking each other around. I think Yorick's starting to be able to trade back a little bit, but
Yeah,
still massively behind.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know that matchup enough to know kind of what happened in the early game, but I wonder if it was just maybe Adalma thought that he was stronger at certain points, but Shoemaker knew that Shoemaker was actually the stronger one, and so like maybe Adalma was willing to take those duels. I don't know, but it looks like Adalma is finally settling in, and you know he's doing all right in that lane now.
Yeah, has the Triforce completed now. Will be matched by the completed Triforce of Shoemaker, though, who additionally has the Executioner's Calling. It's going to be able to do a lot against this Yorick, who
Right.
I believe heals from his Maiden of the Mist, and obviously from Grasp. So Executioner is going to be some value, but
Yeah, and yeah, also it's like, so the Lulu still does not have a full completed item. I also don't play enough Lulu to know about whether this build path is optimal, but it looks okay.
yeah, Shoop touching on something that we talked about in Champ Select, with Kog'Maw really wanting that cleanse in this matchup, and Lulu going for something else like a heal or an ignite would have been a lot more useful for their team outside of the laning phase, and even in the laning phase.
I think definitely cleanse and heal would have been more optimal for the laning phase. My thought was maybe they were, you know, but choosing their sums for team fights, but
A little bit of a fight going down here. A nice stun on the Sickle and the Syndra. Going to get bursted out. Will get taken down by the Jinx. Getting excited in the middle of this fight. Wild Tortuga on the backline flashes out with a sliver of health as the drag is actually secured by Unstream, who's able to smite it and then flash away. But this Jinx sitting on 4-0 now is getting really scared. That's
yeah,
a
that
win
was
condition.
Great pick on Isically. Extremely nice ult there from Silky Bandit. Super unfortunate for the Scuttle boys that they weren't able to pick off the Kog'Maw. Wild Tortuga just, you know, pulling some Houdini magic and making it out there.
Yeah,
But,
flash in the wall.
yeah.
Pulling some Houdini magic.
Yeah, I was like, I was wondering if like maybe like a Jinx like bullet or rocket. I don't know which gun ZM had on at the time, but it looked like there was kind of one projectile flying.
Yeah, I thought there was one in the
like,
air.
Is that gonna crit and kill or what?
Yeah, I definitely thought there was an auto in the air when he flashed the wall, but I guess not.
but you know, Wild Tortuga makes it out alive. Drag goes over to Scuttle, so good for them, and you know they picked up massive Jinx right now, so very clear win con here.
Yeah. And
They
honestly,
got the
there
shutdown,
is
basically.
not... Ooh, it's Gangplank ultimate coming down on the top lane. Barrel Chain going to come through, but Maiden of the Mist going to deny Shoemaker from walking forward too much on that one into the creep wave. Didn't want to take a lot of damage from the creeps and the Maiden. Wisely backing off there. I think if the ultimate wouldn't have been up there from Yorick, Shoemaker actually could have just pursued for that kill, though his flash is available on Adoma.
Yep. Interesting point by Shoemaker. Should Aether Fox have opted for cleanse? I don't know.
I believe so. If you're facing a Syndra and then a Sejuani, that's so much chain CC that's going to come through. Sickly just such a bully here, able to take out Adoma in the top lane with a well-timed roam with the jungler.
The Syndra is so big.
Yeah, Sickly is absolutely massive. I was just getting ready to say there's not a lot that Air Drake can do to actually get on this
Right.
Jinx and kill her. But Syndra can just
They
press
have the
R on
answer.
her.
They have the answer.
Yeah.
And, you know, Isakli also has a stopwatch, so he could potentially take a very aggressive play and, you know, blow his ult and then ult and be like, you know, gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, with the front line of Morgana, Leona, and with the zoning that Orianna is able to provide, it actually will be fairly difficult for Syndra, aside from Z mispositioning on this Jinx,
Right.
to be able to get close enough to actually pop the Jinx. So if Zeem is able to play these team fights well and skirt around a lot of the enemy abilities, specifically the Scatter the Weak and the ultimate from Sejuani, and staying away from the Trundle slow field as well, Zeem should be able to kite out these fights fairly well and deal a lot of damage. Sitting on Infinity Edge as well as Runon's Hurricane, working on the second Zeal item, Zeem's going to be pumping out the deeps.
Yeah, it as the Jinx, maybe it would have been nicer to have a bit more of a tanky jungler. But on the other hand, like, if this Morgana just hits a CC, like, or, you know, hits out of the Q or the ult, like, it's way easier for ZM to actually fight around that.
Yeah.
And, you know, Morg also offers great peel,
Yeah.
you know, both with abilities and with just the Black Shield.
Honestly, if I was the Morgana here, after I finished my Zanyas, I would just start going straight towards tank items. There's really not a lot that your team needs for you to do in the way of damage when you have the amazing scaling damage from Orianna, the amazing scaling damage from Jinx. You don't really need...
Yeah, and I mean, you got to think that a QSS will be on deck for this Jinx.
Oh yeah, you certainly hope so. And I really do hope that 420 Blazing Nerd opts to optimize a little more defensively here. Don't really need
Yeah,
the
I
AP
agree.
coming out of him.
I agree. It would also, like, I think it's way more valuable to have, like, an early Mobies as, like, a more jungle. I think that just the extra movement speed can be so valuable for ganking.
Yeah, no, that's fair as well. Maybe a little late for that now for 420 Blazing Nerd.
yeah. Oh, and
Might
actually, well, Mobies did get nerfed, so maybe
Yeah.
Swifties. I don't know.
He might
I think-
just opt to go for Merc Treads here into this Sejuani
Yeah, true.
Syndra squad. I wouldn't be surprised to see those come through.
Yep.
Sickly and friends trying to set up a Death Bush here,
So
maybe.
posturing around Baron, but Dragon is coming up soon.
Sickly really wants to get a Scatter of the Weak here. Aether Fox gonna just end up falling here. Actually, he flashes out, gets the heal, and has the barrier from
So much
himself.
damage.
So
So much
yeah,
damage.
I really expected him to end up falling there, but they burned 3 summoners to make sure he stays alive, as this dragon will be spawning soon. It's going to be nice to have him on the map.
Right. It looks like Adalma is walking down. Or no, he has teleport. He can just keep chipping away at this top turret.
Or Oriana's actually going to opt the base here, so it looks like they're going to seed pressure around this dragon and let Air Drake get to the point where they can...
Let's see, what time
He's
is
sitting on
Drag
3
actually
drags.
spawn? It's like 2350. Yeah,
It should be in about 30, 45 seconds now.
I do not like taking the back there.
Oh no, it's spawning now, okay.
Yeah.
I misread that timer.
Yep,
So
right now.
there we go. Dragon is spawned.
But I mean, hey, Ori made it back.
She made it back, but Kog'Maw just absolutely shreds this dragon. I think they just really have to try to burn it here.
They have to take this fight.
Yeah, they just secure it. And honestly,
Just let
Airdrake
it
can
go,
just
okay.
walk away. They don't have to do anything here other than walk away after securing that objective.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Adalma did what he needed to do, right? He's just demolishing top lane. They get the Gangplank teleport out. Or sorry, not the Gangplank, that was Isakli's teleport. So, yeah, pretty solid there. I mean, sure, they conceded third drag, but at least they were able to take Syndra's cooldown in exchange. And, well, Adalma also actually took the outer turret, so a little bit of gold there, so small consolation prize.
Yeah, definitely not bad. Honestly, this Gangplank is getting really scary. He's sitting on level 15, and the highest level on the opposite side of the map, or even on his team, is still level 13. So Gangplank,
Whoa, I just realized that.
yeah,
that is
absolutely
massive.
huge. He's pretty close as well, about halfway to
Yeah, well,
16.
Adalma is almost 14, so yeah, he's like 15 and a half. So yeah, that is massive, especially on a hyper carry like GP.
Red buff passed off here to Wild Tortuga. Both teams kind of posturing around the mid lane. Side laners now swapped. We'll see who goes to match the Yorick. If they look for a pick on him, it looks like the team might be rotating up that way. Adolma smells something and is going to wisely back off. Will be spotted by a pink ward in the river. That's in the
Yeah,
Darn Pit.
it's Isically earned his keep. He gets another blue buff. You'll live for another 6 minutes, my brother.
He gets a blue
We'll
buff.
reassess soon.
Sitting on 5-1. He gave up his bounty, but they said, you know what?
But, you know,
Your KD is still the same, so we're going to
give
let
up
you have
another
it.
bounty and you're done. No more blues. We'll let it slide this one time.
Just once. Shoemaker pushing in the bot lane here, looking to secure another tower for Air Drake. Going to put them on 3 towers and equalize the tower score. Put their gold lead to about 2,000 and put himself
this
at level
is-
16 now on this Gangplank.
I don't honestly. I don't even know if this Yorick can match GP.
He cannot.
Adoma thinks he can, and Shoemaker's running away, so maybe he can. But like, level 16 to level 14, that can be scary as the 14 for sure.
I mean, a well-placed Dark Procession had to peep the name real quick of that ability there because that one always gets me.
Yeah.
A well-placed Dark Procession will make it really hard for Shoemaker to actually get on top of Adoma. But
Yeah,
if
and
Adoma
honestly, I
misplaces
think,
that, then
I
he's pretty
think-
boned.
I think Shoemaker would have taken the fight if he knew it was a 1v1.
Yeah.
But they didn't have vision of Scuttle, so you have to assume that like multiple people are coming to you, and so I think it's totally the right play just to leave.
I think Jinx is going to be completing her 3rd item here now with this recall. Has the boots completed as well, as Kog'Maw still sitting on 2 items. Boots not quite yet completed. Should be getting the gold to complete them relatively soon, about 500 away.
Yep.
Or 300 away, rather.
Yep, I like the Oblivion Orb pickup on the Syndra.
Yeah, and I
It just
think...
gives you even more burst. Like nobody, well, okay, Leo has MR, but nobody besides Leo on Scuttle has MR, so it makes a lot of sense to opt for the Oblivion Orb there.
Yeah, and when you're the solo AP champion in your team, getting Oblivion Orb is always going to feel really good if the enemy team is not itemizing magic resist, which in this case they are not. Jinx picking up the magic
Jinx
resist
does an
item
all-magic,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, an all magic mantle. Going to be going for that QSS, you
Yep.
got to assume.
Yep, just as scripted. And see, this is difficult. It's like I
We're
don't-
popping the ultimate and coming in. The Leonov actually getting layered down. Dainty Taco getting super low. Shockwave going to go down as well on his Silky Bandit. And Shoemaker just flashing forward, doing so much damage. This Jinx is going to fall here. Shoemaker with the triple kill on the Gangplank. Absolutely
Shoemaker is
huge.
just too big, yeah.
He's too big. It looked like a good engage from Adoma and Silky Bandit, but then Shoemaker just comes in, does a
Yeah,
460,
and,
420 no scope, and just takes him out.
Yeah,
The-
honestly, I thought it would have. I thought it made more sense. It would have made more sense for the Lulu ult to go on to unstream those Sedge, just because like Sedge seemed like more in more position to tank the stuff. But ult went on to Lulu, but still, just GP is way too big. Shoemaker just going with the 1v5 pretty much.
Yeah, hard carrying on this Gangplank. Even secures the Baron. Unstreaming your smite is not good enough. Gangplank is going to secure this every time.
And
He's taking everything.
The man's got a 700 G bounty. The man has a 700 gold bounty, and I mean, Drag's coming up. They just took Baron,
The man is grilling, and he's chilling, and he's ready.
and I honestly, if I am Scuttle, I do not contest this, but we'll see.
They might feel like they have to contest it. They're teleporting, and Leona ultimate comes down and hits absolutely nobody. The Dragon already secured with the Ocean. Leona in the middle of the team. Morgana with a nice ultimate onto a few members. Jinx might be able to do a lot of damage here, but it's getting so zoned by the Gangplank ultimate. One more auto attack will take him out with the ultimate. A big shutdown for Jinx, but the Gangplank ultimate did so much work there. Aether Fox now going to end up falling to the Kog'Maw, and that is an ace for Air Drake, and it looks
Yeah,
like there's a reconnect in the middle of the fight. Not sure if Lulu DC'd in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I thought ZM was very well positioned, but okay, we have a pause.
It looks like maybe some lag issues from Dainty Taco.
Yeah.
The exhaust and ultimate
I
both
thought
not used.
ZM was very well positioned there, and I thought like ZM was about to just ace. I thought ZM like very well could have just aced air. I forget who it was, but it might have been Gangplank. Just was able to trade with ZM. Or actually, looking at the death timers now, it was probably Shoemaker is such a big level lead. We can't use that as a good gauge.
Yeah.
But somebody was able to trade kills with ZM, and that was really big.
I believe it was the Gangplank.
Okay, yeah, that makes more
If we
sense.
take
yeah.
a look here at the... Yeah, Gangplank picked up that kill. I think with the barrel on the back end as he was falling.
Like the timing was the window was so close But that was very well played by Shoemaker to be able to take out Zam there.
Honestly, yeah, it was so difficult for Zim to get in that fight. What we saw happening in that fight was it looked like a decent fight for Scuttle Crab actually with the positioning that Jinx had. Unfortunately, Leona ultimate had whiffed at the start of the fight, and they didn't really have a lot of tools to lock down the rest of the team after that. Morgana had a decent ult onto 2, but the Gangplank ultimate completely zoned Zim from that fight.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Adalma's teleport come in earlier, because it felt like the teleport kind of came in once Dragon was just about dead.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I said like I wouldn't fight here, because my thought is like if you're gonna fight it, like start the fight when all 5 people are there, rather than starting at like 5v4 or 4v5, whichever you want to look at it.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely agree with that one.
Pause, I agree. Take a pre-shot just to be safe. That's good.
Yeah, you're gonna want to do that. Always gonna want to make sure you're safe.
Those. We take those.
Safety is our highest priority in the rec league.
Yes, pre-shots, we take those. Coupled with safety, of course.
Safety first, then teamwork.
If you do both, if you do safety and teamwork, then the dream will work.
That is what they say.
It's like, yeah, it's pretty difficult here to actually like define what the plan is for Scuttle. I don't know. Maybe the move is just to fight around Elder, fight around Baron, fight around Elder. While it is really nice to have the Soul as Scuttle, or sorry, as Air, like, yeah. Having Elder on the map also gives the enemy team a way in.
God damn it! Our cameras randomly froze. We're gonna reset them after this. After this match.
Hopefully I don't look too derpy.
I'm like really close to the camera when it froze.
All right, yeah, we're both pretty hard derp there. All right, we take those.
Unfrozen casters win. I don't know. Usually it only freezes, but we got a fight coming here in the mid lane. Silky Bandit getting pushed away, pops the gargoyles to end up not really taking that much damage there, but the siege from Air Drake here is so annoying with this ocean. 3 oceans in the soul, able to heal up so much despite the poke. And Yorick doing his part to push in the bottom lane, gonna force the Gangplank recall, but I don't think that's really gonna matter for the siege of Air Drake. Still probably gonna be able to push this one in. But Yorick getting onto the inhibitor here.
I mean, yeah, Adalma taking an inhibitor tower.
Takes the inhibitor tower.
That is big. But we got the watermelons coming in.
Yeah, and another dark procession there. Completely zoned Shoemaker makes it really hard for him to actually follow. So Adalma playing the map really well there, taking the bottom lane inhibitor tower despite the push going on in the mid lane. So a nice response to be able to draw.
And, I mean, scoreboard doesn't show it, but Adalma he's being resilient. He's doing what he needs to do, and he's keeping Scuttle in it. Early game didn't quite go as planned, but he's playing the macro game.
I don't know if he actually wants to look for this fight here. He's going to opt to try to go for it, but
it's a level
I think he just gets taken out.
That is,
and that's a passive proc. We'll get move speed now for Shoemaker on the next one.
Oh.
And he takes him out.
We parlay those.
We parlay those.
We parlay those.
We grill those. He's I wonder if those watermelons are actually grilled, because he has the spatula and it's on fire.
Yeah, or maybe they need to make like a square watermelon skin. I think they do those in Japan, right?
A watermelon skin?
I'm pretty sure it's a thing. These are round watermelons.
Yeah, maybe they should make a square watermelon version. It's like a chroma. Nothing's
yeah,
different except the watermelon is now square.
Yeah, of course.
Ultimate going down. Leona ultimate actually great. Stun right into a root onto a sickly under the tower, but no damage is going to be forthcoming. Kog'Maw just free firing in the backline. Silky Bandit falling super low, and Shoemaker with the triple kill. We'll see if they give him the quadra. They do. No Penta available, though. Adalma is spawning in 4 seconds. Maybe they'll Nexus dive to see if they can give the man the Penta. You would love to see it. There are flashes up for Syndra and Lulu. We'll see if they can make the Nexus dive happen.
You're down 0-1 in the series. You just want to end the game as fast as possible. Or okay, maybe not.
They're blowing up the Nexus. No Nexus dive for the Penta, but Air Drake with the clapback in game 2, tying the series up 1-1. Making
really
it a
good
banner.
response. The Shoemaker show, undoubtedly, but definitely set up there by Isically and Unstream in the mid lane earlier on.
Oh yeah. All right, we'll send it to a quick break, guys, and we'll be right back. See if we can unfreeze these cameras. For some reason, they froze in the middle of the stream, and we didn't change anything. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Game 3 between Air Drake and Scuttle Crab. See you in a minute.
Yeah. Yo, say something. Send me a game invite.
All right, guys, and welcome back. We fixed the camera, so we're not stuck on the zoomed-in screen anymore. Getting in lobby here for Game 3 of this banner of a series, Air Drake versus Scuttle Crab. Now tied up at 1-1. And honestly, you love to see that. You love to see the games go the distance. And
They're going.
really, going into Game 3 here, I couldn't have asked for a better series.
Yeah, that was. I mean, feels cliche to say it, but I mean, Air did pretty much what they needed to do. We saw a very different Unstream this game, a very different Unstream, and I would argue also a very different Isically. Air put Isically on a champ that, a lane bully. Rather, a big believer in lots of buttons. Brian, you got it, buddy. Just for you, 2 buttons
Brian the
gone.
Button, dude.
Brian
You
the
love to
button,
see
you
it.
got it, buddy. Just for Brian.
I would have loved you to pull the shirt open and it just says the Rec League. Like
Oh
right
my
there,
God.
fucking.
That'll be after the
It
next
says
break.
get wrecked.
We'll just write it on with a pen, right?
Uh,
Yeah, I think Air did exactly what they needed to do. They put Isically on a lane bully, and I mean Unstream. His focus was not the bot lane. His focus was on Aetherfox, and I think it's very safe to say that Scuttle was not expecting that to happen. You have so much gank setup and so much kill pressure, even just 1v, like you have so much kill pressure 1v1 as Syndra, but if you can get your jungler to come over when the enemy jungler is not there, like that is insanely scary as the enemy laner, and they capitalized on that so well. So yeah, I thought that was extremely well done in the mid lane by Air, and then I mean Shoemaker just running away with it by himself up top.
Yeah.
Just Adalma really flexed on Shoe in the first game, or Shoemaker in the first game, and I mean Shoemaker shot back in the second game, and yeah, they Air played very well that game.
Yeah, an
I will
immediate
say though
clapback, really.
that kind of with seeing how that game went, and sure this is a bit results oriented, but it feels like the Morgana jungle can be quite hard to play and to be effective with when your team is behind. I felt like it would have been much more helpful to have 420 Blazed Nerd on like a bit of a tankier champion, just to kind of, I don't know, just have more of a presence in fights and be able to more easily engage stuff to kind of unlock ZM, unlock that 4-0 Jinx or 5-0 Jinx, whatever it was, unlock that 450 bounty Jinx.
Yeah.
We just want bodies in front of that man and let that man shoot.
Honestly, yeah, the Jinx was starting to look extremely scary up until I think really the point where we just saw that Gangplank ultimate placement
Yeah.
was something that really could zone Zeem out from actually dealing damage in these fights around the dragon fight. Up until that point, I was thinking if Zeem gets one good fight here and just pops off, gets 2-3 kills in a fight, that's a legitimate
it's
win
done.
con.
Yeah.
But Airdrake played the team fights really well, secured the soul for themselves, and honestly just was a wrap from there. Able to close it out pretty cleanly, tying the series up 1-1, and looks like we're almost about here to get into Game 3. And we're going to get right in, guys, to Champ Select.
Yeah. Honestly, I think we're going to see Vlad cast banned again on the side of Scuttle. The third ban I'm not sure about. Honestly, who has first pick this game?
Scuttlecrab has first pick.
Scuttle has first pick.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we'll ban the Ahri again. And I think it would be okay to let Aetherfox have the Syndra. I'm sure that Isically has something cooked up for it, but I don't think he let the Ahri through. Just because of how well he played it. Yeah, all right. It's gone.
It's gone.
Ahri just dominated the mid game of game 1. And they're banning the Trundle out again. Okay. You gotta wonder if well, actually, okay, so Scuttle let the Gangplank through. I feel like if Air doesn't pick a top laner in the first 3 picks, you should consider banning the GP, just because of how much of an impact Shoemaker had on it last game.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see them do that here as maybe a 4th ban, pick it away.
Yeah.
But opt to go for the Maokai, which we saw was a good answer for it in the first game.
Maybe Adalma feels confident of like, if you want to pick the GP here, go for it. My Maokai is going to dominate you. But also, we don't know if this is a top lane Maokai. First picking it to me kind of signals that they're saying like, hey, this will be our jungler pick, but we're just trying to like 200 IQ them to think that this is the top lane pick.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're just like 300 IQing it of like, oh, you think this is a top lane pick, but it's actually
It's actually a jungle pick?
You think it's a jungle pick, or it's actually a top lane pick? Yeah.
Dude, they're so next level that they don't even know what they're doing with
I
the
don't even know
Maokai.
what level I'm like trying to commentate on right now, but there is a level, and we're gonna find out what it is eventually. But Air opting for the same bot lane. Wonder if they'll opt for the same summoners. And it looks like ZM's very happy to play Jinx again, but instead of Leona, we're seeing Alistar. Yeah, I think this makes so much sense from Air here to pick up the Gangplank. I think Shoemaker realized kind of, where he went wrong, or I think he's identified kind of what has to change into this Maokai to make things work. And I feel pretty confident that Shoemaker will make the necessary adjustments.
Yeah, I feel that as well, and the Gangplank also could be flexed to the mid lane, we have to remember.
That's true. That is true. I counted that one out, but you are totally right.
But I mean, with how dominant Adolma looked on that Maokai in their first game, it really looked like there wasn't much Shoemaker could do to him in the Gangplank. I'm very surprised he opts to go for that pick again into the matchup that was pretty hard stomped. There were a lot of extraneous factors outside of the lane that contributed to the Maokai getting so ahead in that game with some good roams and gank timings from the mid and jungle, but
yeah, but I mean, excellent macro from Adolma in that game one in this matchup. So you got to think that Air won't let that happen again, because that kind of what unfolded wasn't so much on the shoulders of Shoemaker. That was just Adolma reacting to the other 4 players on Air.
Exactly. I mean, a part of that, what helped Gangplank get so behind in that top lane, I believe, was a nice trade from Adolma into him early on after Gangplank's teleport was already burned. Had to recall and miss about a wave and a half under the tower.
Oh, yeah.
So if he can pull off something like that again, he should be able to stay ahead in this lane. Sejuani taken away, as well as Nocturne away from Unstream in the jungle. Is it going to be the Yasuo?
Yes.
If they pick Yasuo,
yes.
I think they almost have to pick Gragas here to have some source of magic damage and an enabler for Yasuo. I would love to see that out of Unstream. Not sure if he plays Gragas. They do go for a Zac. They still could pick Yasuo, but I don't know if we're going to see it, but I would love to see that.
That's that high-level bait. You hover, and then you pick something else. It's like, okay, well, they're not going to pick what they hovered.
Yeah.
High-level bait. Really big tech coming out.
I don't even know if my brain was prepared for the amount of galaxy brain maneuvers we've seen in this draft so far, but wow. Now Zac goes AP then, Paco.
Dude, but we already know Yasuo plays with full AD, no problem. I'll build Bork.
No problem. Right. Kog'Maw does do a good amount of magic damage, as well as Zac.
We got the Zac knockup. We got the Lulu knockup.
We're in there.
We're seeing the Corki. Oh, yes.
I really like the double AD carry pick. Both super hard scaling with the heavy tank line and the utility from Morgana. That's a wonderful team comp that Scuttlecrap have drafted for themselves. And if there's not an ability aside from the Zac to kind of dive onto this back line, it's actually going to be pretty hard for the Corki and the Jinx to be touched. And we see Twisted Fate, which with that ultimate, you can look for hard engages, just stun card Zanyas.
This is like textbook Air right here. Well, okay, maybe the bot lane isn't textbook Air, but GPTF Zac textbook Air.
I really like those pickups a lot. Sickly known for his Twisted Fate, hasn't pulled it out too much this season yet, but every time
he's played it this season.
I don't know if he has. Maybe just in scrims.
5, Mans was just unstoppable on it.
Yeah, never pulled the wrong card, not even once.
And the champion has only gotten buffed since then, so there's no stopping him today.
Yeah,
I really do like seeing the Corki. I think it's different. I think it's a good change. But I also really like TF in response.
I love it, and especially with the ease of execution for the gank setup in the mid lane with gold card into a Zac elastic slingshot. Yeah, that's so scary for the Corki.
Into a Jinx, there is gonna be heavy damage coming onto ZM today.
Yeah.
We have GP ult, doesn't even have to leave lane, just has to press R. And I'm certain that Isakli is going to be looking to punish the side laners.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely going to be getting some sick ultimates with the Twisted Fate, try to impact that side lane, get the Gangplank ahead, get the Kog'Maw ahead. And Zac just with an amazing ability to gank Honestly, any of these lanes, if Corki's Valkyrie is down, he has to be extremely scared from so many angles for the Zac coming in because he layers so well with the Twisted Fate stun. I think this might be a game where you maybe want to take cleanse on the Corki,
Oh, you
just for that
100%
Twisted
do.
Fate
No,
stun.
but like, and I also I like the pick of Corki in that it does have one escapability. Um, I think Aethervox was probably extremely scared of playing an immobile mage after what he experienced last game. I mean, that was honestly just a clinic put on by
Oh
Isakli and
yeah,
Unscreen last game of how to stop a mid laner, or how to suppress a mid laner at least. And having the Valkyrie here can definitely help him get away. But I I mean, if I'm on stream and I'm Isakli, I'm gonna be like, yo, dude, like I have a point click CC. I have a gold card. Just come gank my lane and I will do the rest. Just gank my lane. I'm TF.
it's when you're just typing in the
Get
chat,
me
gank,
slightly ahead and
gank,
I will
gank.
carry this game. Yeah. It's like
The solo queue special. But yeah,
just give me one kill and that's all I need. I'll get lane prio and I will just leave my lane. I'll crash my wave and teleport to a side lane. And we're gonna slaughter ZM today.
yeah. And I honestly think that will be the game plan coming out here from Air Drake in this one. Really hyped to see it. Honestly, I would be a little bit like low-key tilted if Aether Fox opted to go cleanse in this matchup after not going at last matchup.
Oh,
And,
true.
maybe like, he
True.
learned something maybe, but I honestly don't even know if you super need the cleanse in this matchup. There's only
Yeah.
really one CC you're going to be cleansing with,
That's fair.
which is the gold
Yeah.
card. And you can
and
Valk when the
even
gold
then,
card's
like,
in the air to get a distance
yeah,
before it lands.
the only way you should consider like realistically would get hit by it is like a flash, like a flash click.
Yeah.
But you still have time to Valkyrie. You're right.
Yeah, we'll see if he just takes teleport. I think would be the move here for the Corki in this lane. Try to match some of the TF pressure that's going to be going down. Hopefully Dainty Taco takes the ignite here. Maybe even goes for a heal with Kog'Maw with the cleanse in this case for the Morgana route. Alistar stun, Maokai route.
Yeah, you also have to wonder though, since like the bot lane did go, it was. I think it's fair to say it went, relatively poorly for Air last game. I wonder if they were able to identify like that the gap, that gap could be closed by changing their summoners, or if they're just saying like, oh, we just have to play the lane differently.
Yeah, fair.
Maybe they want to opt for the same summoners, but they're like, oh, let's just play the lane slightly differently, and we can keep the same sums.
It is hard to identify that stuff when you're winning a game, and when you win the game, to identify like the small micro errors that you actually made in the game, because a lot of times people will just go on results-based analysis where they won, so what we did must have been right. But
yeah, and we have a way different view than they do, right? Because
we have the omniscient view.
Last hit. We don't have to trade. Like we're just sitting here.
I get to sit back like eating my Cheetos, being like, "This fucking guy should have done this instead." Fucking just sitting here at the desk.
Our red Powerade and captain, and just being the couch coaches or whatever, armchair coaches
for sure.
Yeah. But all right, I love it. We have an ignite out of Dainty Taco.
Yes.
We take those.
So someone's been using their pro guides here. Dainty Taco between set. Really
take
went
those
in.
pro guides.
Mobile Fire, I believe, might have used. New sponsor incoming 2020.
And
we got some spice going on.
5-stack, yeah.
I love the stack here from Air Drake.
I do too, especially since we saw that Scuttle was a little bit adventurous in the invade last game.
Are they going to go for it?
Again, they could get big punished. But I think, looks like Scuttle's down to chill.
Yeah, they're super hard chilling right now. They're big league chilling. They're not really wanting to go face check anything. It's game 3. They're not risking anything.
It's game 3, and the first game of the playoffs, game 3. Like this is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good playoff season.
Yeah, and I mean, whatever team can come away with the W here, going to be riding a lot of momentum going into their series of whoever they are facing next weekend. Obviously, that will be decided, as we saw in the bracket at the start of the stream. Whoever the highest and lowest remaining seeds are respectively will play Infernal and Brambleback. Yeah.
Or, well, actually, we would say Infernal and Bramble.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a red buff start from Zac, red buff start from Morg.
Yeah,
gotta
Zac,
expect Morg to go for the. Well, actually, Morg did early gank in game 1. I don't think. I'm expecting just a full clear here from both junglers.
Yeah, I don't like the early gank out of the Morgana jungle. That is kind of a power farmer, and you waste a lot of your tempo just early ganking when there's not a lot of ability to actually get a
420's
kill.
going for it, but
It's going to get
I
spotted
mean,
immediately.
the bot lane from Wild Tortuga and Dainty are ready. They have a ward on it. They're expecting the early gank bot. And,
Yeah, and he's just...
more getting pinged out here.
They know he's there, and he's just going to waste so much time again now while Zach continues to farm. And actually, Zach going to go straight for the blue buff invade because they did see Morgana walk there. This is such a loss of tempo for the Morgana, and really not what you want to see.
We also saw there was a blue team ping here on the morgue. I wonder if that was maybe ZM saying like, hey, there's a word here or something.
Yeah. Or maybe saying, hey, go fucking do something else. This isn't going to work right now. They're pushed to the tower.
It was a good try, but really heads up play there from Air, just expecting it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I'm not sure if they just assumed that Zach started on the blue buff, but Morgana will not not realize that her blue buff's being taken.
Hard here. This is going to be a hard one to come back from.
Yeah, they have no knowledge now that Zach is in that blue side jungle, so Morgana probably going to walk to the mid lane here and then try to walk to her blue side. Does have a decent path on this gank here, sitting on level 2.
Fortunately, Aetherfox is out of mana.
Yeah, Aetherfox out of mana, and Morgana's still walking around here in the back end, but has to be a little bit careful. Doesn't see Unstream. Unstream ends up going in, gets the knockup down. Stun card should be available again soon. 420 Blazer having to flash out. Honestly, I think a flash auto attack from Zach actually might have been able to secure that, but no, it's Sickly flashing forward with the stun card, picking up the kill, and getting red buff for himself.
And Sickly playing with not Unsealed Spellbook, but the other thing.
Omnistone.
Omnistone.
That is,
I like it.
I never see that. That's awesome.
I actually do think it's a good fit on Tia.
Yeah.
It's very hard to to play optimally though, but I think he's certainly capable of it.
He definitely is. Yeah, there's not really a keystone on TF that you're like, this is what you have to take on this champion.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Omnistone feels okay. That's one of the few champions you can actually take it on.
Hybrid build. All right, we got the hybrid build.
Hybrid build. Ooh. Is that a prediction, or you just know? Just like this is what he's gonna do. A combo going down to the taco.
So what we see, like second item RFC, third item RFC.
Yeah, I think he rushes Triforce, right?
Yeah, it should be like Triforce RFC, right? Oh,
maybe
statement.
Gunblade.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're gonna call it a prediction. If he goes for it, someone bet a shot.
Yeah,
maybe I have to bet a shot.
The early revolver.
Okay, so it's already looking hybrid.
Revolver, try Gunblade. Cool. Nice.
I was a little late on the shot bet though.
Basically, he's putting on a clinic. Time to learn how to play TF. I've always just been like an electric.
Wait, with Zach? Okay, Zach was also able to get his own blue buff just now, so Morgana had probably already assumed that one was gone and had left it, and honestly now is at such a massive disadvantage in the jungle here. If we take a look at her XP,
so
only halfway to level 4, Zach just in level 5. So 420 Blazer Nerd is going to be behind for such a large part of this game, and that's honestly been a theme throughout the series, is these early ganks from a champion like Morgana on level 2 is just not the move. And I hope that should Scuttlecrab end up winning this series, that there's some adjustments that come forward.
Yeah, it works if the enemy team's not expecting it.
A flash out from Dainty Taco in the bottom lane. Zeem getting a lot of damage put back onto him though by the Cogmo. Honestly, Wild Tortuga just flashing forward now. So much damage coming from that Cogmaw.
No flashes. Oh, well, okay. Both ADCs in the bot have no flashes.
Yeah, and there's only a flash left on Alistar now in this bottom lane. So honestly, that could be a moment where, with the Ignite available, he can look for a flash engage on this Cogmaw, who's only on half HP. Looks like he might be looking for it. Twisted Fate ulting in the top lane though, forcing the flash out of Maokai, but the root gonna come through. Should be able to make it out here. Gangplank ultimate not available. Though they do trade a good amount of damage back onto the Maokai. There's no kill secured in the combo now coming down. Silky Bandit should be able to secure the stun there. The Ignite's up. One more auto attack. I think he actually might fall to the Ignite. Does flash forward. Nice. I think the Ignite actually might have had him there, but I guess he didn't know if Lulu's shield was almost back up or not.
I'm a fan of the flash auto. I think
just to secure.
Yeah, I think early on it's hard.
Not
Ignite
worth letting him go.
Yeah. We secure those.
We secure those.
We secure those.
The only things we're not securing around here in the Rec League are the buttons of our shirts.
Yeah, we do not secure these. But
oh man, 1-1 now. Couldn't ask for a better start to this 1-1 tied up series for Game 3.
I also
Drake.
do really like Isically, using his ult pretty much like as soon as he dings 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
love to see
like
that.
just apply as much pressure as you can, as long as you don't have a wave crashing into your turret. Really heads up play there. Really maximizing his the utility of his ult.
Yeah, and crucially here, from the side of Drake, we have not seen Unstream go for the Dragon around 6-7 minutes with no bot lane prior, so a little bit of an adjustment
I
from the
think
past
it's
couple
a
series.
very needed adjustment, and it's good that they identified that and have adjusted.
Yeah. I mean, Taco and Wild Tortuga adjusting with the summoners here in the bot lane, and Unstream making some adjustments of his own, so Drake definitely looking to come out swinging in this game. About 1,000 gold lead now on the back of some pretty good farming coming through from Unstream, honestly.
And I mean, Shoemaker has just played so much better this game than he has the first game.
Yeah.
We're seeing the early executions calling, and he even has a cull. He has a cull, and he's up in CS right now.
That's so tilting if you're the enemy player.
Yeah.
Just knowing that he's stacking that call up, and he will be able to complete it because there's not really a lot you can do.
Yeah,
to
and
kill
I
him.
mean, Shoemaker even has a slow push into him, so he could freeze this lane for quite a while. If you're 420 Blaze It nerd, you have to consider. Honestly, I think never mind. Makai has enough here. Let's actually crash this wave. Ignore everything I said.
Shoemaker actually going to pop the ultimate here. Knows there's no flash on the Maokai. Should be able to get another auto attack down or two. Maokai healing a good amount though, and actually ends up turning the kill and taking Shoemaker out. No respect for the grasp and the passive
No
there.
respect
Shoemaker
for the caster. I just talked this man up.
Oh, and we see the stun come down, but like we talked about earlier, the Valkyrie comes down as well, but unfortunately wasn't able to create enough distance. Isically again
Monster.
with the flash forward to secure the
Dude
kill.
is a monster with the clean reset.
There's just kills on kills right now. So many kills, 4 of them. There's really not that many, but when they do happen, they're kind of one after another.
Yeah.
Silky Bandit now getting caught out. A nice chompers from Jinx. Should be able to get him out, but Kog'Maw with the range picks up the last bit of damage there and takes out Silky Bandit. And that should be a signal now for Unstream again to start this dragon up.
Yeah, and I mean, the Morg's posturing, but you really can't do much here into three air players.
Yeah, no.
We see the Black Shield already getting used. That
Yeah, and
is
Twisted
not
Fate
good.
ultimate coming down right behind the
Yeah,
Morgana.
and
Just
you have
going to
no
stun
Black
her and deal
Shield,
so much
but-
damage. One more auto. Empowered auto, rather, from Sickly's going to do it. Does take up the Morgana on the back end. Jinx, honestly, with a nice flank on this fight. Only able to get one
Zac
kill in a Wild
passive
Tortuga,
leads.
though. Zac passive popped. Adolma is here.
Zac probably has his jump.
He does have his jump, but they
Ooh.
still secure the kill.
Alright, nice.
Typically, you want to hold your knockback ability for the Zac jump there, but it didn't matter in that case because they killed him before he was able to fly too far away. And now Scuttle Crab with the sick turn, tying the kills up, able to secure the
Yeah, I
dragon
mean,
for
we're-
themselves. Another
I mean,
dragon
this is
play
just,
that doesn't work for Air Drake, but
This is
that's
like
okay.
the story of game 2. It's just like poor timing on the dragon takes. Yeah, it's just if you prematurely start drag, you leave a massive window for the enemy team just to get back into the game.
Yeah.
Like there is no rush to take any of these dragons. Like you have a dominating mid laner. Like your mid laner is absolutely dominating. Just wait until your mid is in like. So TF ulted into that fight, right? So we started the drag before TF was even there. Just wait for TF to get priority mid lane before you consider taking that dragon.
Yeah, TF ulted in an insta-killed the enemy jungler.
Yeah.
And if he can do that, you got to think there might be a little bit of hesitation from Scuttle Crab, but they still went all in and got a kill early on Azim, who's able to get excited in that fight and dish out a lot of damage on the back end, burning the Zac passive. But it's going to be feeling pretty bad for Aetherfox now in the mid lane, up against the Twisted Fate with the double buffs, and has the grasp now as well. It's pretty annoying to deal with.
Yeah, but yeah, good job of Aetherfox of just backing up and not trying to trade while he has grasp active.
Oh, Valkyrie gets canceled. The stun card wasn't quite back available for Sickly. It just ran out, but I think he might still end up falling. Does get the auto onto the tower with the AoE from the red card. So
That's
heads up by
so well
Sickly.
played. So well played.
Such a heads up play. A TF man.
Connect.
Shoemaker
Putting on
trying to
a
get
ton.
another fight onto Adolma. Didn't learn the last time he got smacked around, but it looks like this one's going a little bit better for him. Prox the Conqueror able to heal up. Adolma just having to back away now here.
And yeah, I mean, Adalma is up 2-0, but GP's got a 25 CS lead, and okay, sure, it'll probably be like 22 after this wave crashes, but I mean, GP is holding his own for sure, and let's not forget he has a call.
Yeah, 35 left till that completes, and going to be so obnoxious to deal with.
Good play here by 420 to realize that
Yeah,
GP
no
is
flash
like
on the Gangplank. Does pop the ultimate. Maybe see if he can get a kill for himself here in the middle of this. Binding actually misses. Morgana's super chunk. Morgana actually just dies here. So that's pretty unlucky that we shot the Binding just blind.
Yeah, I think
no
the play
vision.
there is to just run into like auto
And then
attack
pop
range
ult.
and just ult. Yeah, you have to ult the GP first. Let him use his
Another
orange
fight
and
bot
then
lane.
start
Stun
you.
card goes down. Onto Zim. Will get taken out by one more Artifact from Twisted Fate. Silky Bandit forced to run into the tower. And the Jinx taken out by a nicely timed ultimate there from Sickly after the play went down on top lane. Just made a play immediately on the other side of the map with his team. And they're going to secure the Rift Herald as well. Maybe even the kill on the Alistar. Does have to flash out. Has the ultimate going. Should be able to keep him safe, but don't think he wants to stay under this tower any longer.
Yeah, I think you just gotta give this and reset. Just wait for your ADC to spawn. Like, you can't defend this turret by yourself.
This Twisted Fate is doing a
Or-
massive amount of work.
Yeah, Isagli is just playing his champion, you know, to his fullest. Really doing what he has to do.
Even
And
teleporting.
I
really
love the
isn't.
change that we're seeing here from Air, right?
Yeah.
They're putting Isagli more on like scaling champs, like last week we saw Kassadin, like yeah, that type of stuff. But putting him on something that can just have more of an impact early game is what they have to do. And I mean, props to them for identifying that kind of this is how we can dominate games, and rather than just having close games.
Yeah, and they're definitely showing it too with the roam power of a Sickly, just getting perfect timing on a lot of these roams across the map, and honestly snowballing
Yep.
his top lane and bot lane now evening up. There actually is a pretty big CS lead for Zim in the bot lane, so that Jinx is still looking pretty scary. The Cogmaul
True.
pretty far behind. Going to be another one of those games where if the Jinx can get the right conditions in the fight, might be pretty tough to actually get on top of him and kill him. But this
Right.
game they have Twisted Fate and Zac to be able to dive that backline, so that's a little bit scarier.
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm Scuttle
Flash.
here, I'm gonna try my best to camp this mid lane. The hard part is that Corki does not have Grant gank set up. But what you could do is wait for Corki to get his package and then gank that. On the counter, like the corollary to that is, as Isagli, you also expect to get ganked when
nice
Corki
combo.
has his package.
Zim has the red buff in the bot lane, and then Lulu is going to have to flash up, but I don't think it's going to matter. Actually, Zim actually
Basically-
switched targets there. He could have just killed the Lulu, but started to put some autos into either the creeps or Walter Tuga. I'm not quite sure, but now this is going to just end in disaster for the bot lane of
Yeah.
Scuttle Crab. As two taken down, one kill going to Twisted Fate, one to the Cogmaul, and that is not what you wanted to see for
Yeah,
Scuttle
I mean,
Crab.
honestly, like even if GP doesn't teleport there, like basically showing up is enough. Pretty results oriented to say like, oh, you know, Gangplank, you didn't need a TP. So I definitely don't hate the teleport. Like, yeah, we support our homies. That's good. We support those. But yeah, basically just phenomenal timing on the teleport.
Yeah, it's been looking so clean here with these. Maybe they just wanted to rotate Shoemaker to the bot lane at this phase of the game anyway.
Yeah,
Figured if he teleports there, you know, worst thing is that he just is bot lane sooner.
true. But yeah, dude's already got his Triforce. He's got Hextech Revolver. He's a menace.
Yeah, honestly, insanely huge right now. Take a look at the
And,
gold difference.
yeah,
about
we
a
have
3,000
5K
gold lead.
diff. 15 minutes, 5K.
Yeah,
that
and
is
3,000 of that
massive.
is on a Sickly on the Twisted Fate.
Yeah, and like it's not just 5K. That's like a 25% gold lead at 15 minutes.
Ooh, Corki actually going in here with the package is by himself,
we can just trade
though.
this back.
Sickly could trade this back. Actually
Yeah,
flashes
he's
forward.
trading it back. All right.
And he trades it back immediately. Gangplank ultimate now sitting on top of the Alistar. We'll get some damage traded back on him as well. It doesn't have much, actually, so Sickly can maybe run him down here. Should be able to do it. Alistar not having the combo available. The minions are almost taking him out.
Oh
Gets him
my
with the
God,
red buff.
buff.
And the minions doing their part, but not quite able to. Honestly, Corki
Red
package
buff.
was a little soon there.
Yeah, I mean, I love the aggression from Aetherfox there, but is Aetherfox what, level 9?
I love the aggression if the aggression is well timed.
Yeah.
But if
I
you're
agree.
just
I
throwing
was
your
all
body in there ahead of your
yes.
team,
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. it's better than rolling over, but
Yeah, you gotta
not
love
the
the
right
spirit,
time.
but
Not the right time. Yeah. Yeah, it would have been really good, as I mentioned previously. Like, once you have package, just call your jungler over, and let's just two-man this guy. I mean, sure, Silky Bandit was coming, but, like, guy was so far back.
yeah.
Gotta wait a couple seconds there.
Yeah, maybe package is running out. I'm actually not quite sure when he picked it up, so I'm not sure on the timing
yeah,
on that
you're
one.
right, you're right.
Twisted Fate ultimate coming down now into the Jinx in the bot lane. Flash is not available. Chomper's going to go down, but Twisted Fate going to get knocked away, and one more card's going to do it. Almost blue card through the magic
Black
shield
shield,
from Morgana.
yeah.
But the ultimate coming down onto Twisted Fate does have the Lulu ultimate to keep him pretty healthy, and Aether Fox coming in, but not able to do anything. Maokai ultimate coming down across a few members, but Jinx is so far away, can't contribute. Adoma able to pick up one kill, and Silky Bandit doing a nice job keeping him away with these headbutts, but gonna get picked up at the stun card. Another kill for a Sickly, sitting on 10-0, is legendary right now. We'll see if Adoma can make it under the tower and not die. Looks like he can. I don't know if they're
Gangplank's
gonna
coming
continue
down.
this dive. Gangplank on the way as well. And that ultimate almost back available. If he can chain a barrel here, this is going to be another 2 kills. Does get a barrel down onto the Morgana. Maokai just going to fall here as well. And a Sickly legendary sitting on 11-0 is absolutely massive.
We don't even have no watermelons this game. We just got pool floats.
Oh, he changed
Not
them
even-
up
it's
on
not
us.
even- yeah, it's not even watermelon diff this game.
I want to see what they look like. I haven't got to peep them yet.
They just look kind of like normal barrels, but I think they got some extra bling on them or something.
We're gonna have to
Basically,
get a zoom.
11-0 with hybrid TF. This is insane.
All right, just regular looking barrels here, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if the normal barrels have that like yellow stuff.
Yeah,
on
the
them.
little outer
They look a little-
ring.
Yeah, look kind of like Bowser or something. You know, got some
Yeah.
spikes. But I mean, I guess they identified that the watermelons were the problem. Like, no watermelons. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Bilgewater synergy too coming out from Sickly and Shoemaker.
And
these
so this is
picks.
like extremely scary now to play as like the Jinx, because you're vulnerable like always.
Yep.
If you just let your guard down a little bit and try to farm a side wave, like you have to be worried about Isakli just coming up and one-shotting you.
Yeah, and he has full ability to do that, as it looks like they're starting up the Rift Herald now for Air Drake. They should be able to finish it before the timer expires, and this Jinx does have to be so scared. Whenever her flash isn't up, that's just almost a guaranteed death from the Zac and Twisted Fate dive.
Yeah, and this we got level 12 solo laners for Air, but level 8 support on Scuttle. Scary. Might not be able to like defend for the Jinx properly, you know. And we're seeing Silky just take a ton of damage here.
Yeah, and the Gangplank ultimate is completely zoning the rest of the team. They just have to leave. They cannot fight in these corridors against Gangplank.
And we're seeing the Herald pop. Yep, makes a lot of sense.
The stun card
TF
just
is
barely going
fishing.
through there.
TF is fishing.
Zac going through too, forcing out the flash from Corki. You're going to get comboed by Alistar, but not much going to be able to be followed up on there. The Jinx going to get stunned in the backside. Unfortunately, the wild cards barely missed. Kog'Maw stunned, but the tower had just died, and Corki picks up the kill with
Really
a
good
nicely
follow-up there.
placed rocket.
Very good follow-up. I didn't think they were going to get him, but yeah. Solid stun on the Cog and really good
yeah.
follow-up. But we should see an uncontested dragon here. This is, yeah, these dragons, we support those. This is the time to take it.
Oh, yeah.
No concern about, you know, any enemy laners coming over to bother you or enemy junglers, but much more controlled play out of Air this game, and that is what they got to do. Isakli has demonstrated, you know, time in and time out that he's able to carry a game, so long as you enable him to do so. And, you know, game 2 and currently game 3 of this series, like, his team's enabling him to do that, and that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely showing, too. And so much of it really is on the back of him finding the plays himself and him actually
True.
enabling his team
True.
as well. So when he's put into a position where he's able to enable his team and snowball himself at the same time with a
Right.
champion like Twisted Fate with that huge global presence, That's really where a Sickly excels, and honestly, that's the
Yeah.
bread and butter of Air Drake is having a
And I mean,
Sickly
you gotta
able to
wonder
impact.
if I'm not too familiar with Aether Fox's like champ pool, but we've seen Aether Fox pop off hard on Ari and Syndra. I don't know how deep his champ pool is though. Like, if you get the guy off of Ari Syndra, how much experience does he have on other stuff? Maybe the key was just to take away both those champs, and then Isakli could just kind of have free reign.
Yeah, and it definitely looks like an intelligent draft move from Air Drake so far. It's really been working out. Aether Fox looking pretty uncomfortable in this Corki so far. I mean, a large part of that might be due to the fact that his Sickly got so fed so early.
Right.
Aether Fox is still able to keep up in CS, which is impressive. Um, and honestly, speaking of CS, we still have such a big CS lead for this Jinx in the bottom lane, but I almost don't know if it matters at this point with how much kill pressure the TF has on Jinx all the time.
Yeah, we have a four, almost, yeah, over 4K gold diff mid lane. This is going to be so difficult to come back from. However, having all of the gold on one person also means that if you can catch that one person, you might still be in it, right?
That's true.
If you catch that one person, you have a realistic shot of like acing the team relatively cleanly.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to catch Isakli, especially when he has RFC, because he does not have to step up very far to throw a card with the extra range that RFC gives him.
Really looking
And
for a
then Mr.
flash
Neat
root
pointing
from the
out-
Maokai.
Mr. Neat pointing out that GP also has a 2K gold lead.
Oh.
Yeah, you're totally right.
Aether Fox getting flash gold carded again by his Sickly, just been an absolute menace. Burning his flash pretty aggressively a lot of the time, and I think that's a window that Scuttlecrab's going to have to play around when this Twisted Fate doesn't have flash, is when you're going to want to look for a flash
Right.
W from the Maokai to actually be able to shut this guy down and maybe win a team fight off the back of that if your AD carry is still alive. Because when Twisted Fate's dead,
Yeah, it's also hard though, because when you have a squishier jungler in the Morg, like
yeah,
you're really just playing around Adoma's flash, or
Yeah.
you're playing around Morg's flash. But I mean, Morg needs a stopwatch. It looks like he's building into Zonia's, but like that still takes some time. But yeah, we really have to see an aggressive play onto this TF, or else TF's just going to keep picking your whole team apart.
well, Air Drake able to take the Baron away. 420 Blazingard going to fall on the back end of this. Silky Bandit not quite going to get pulled back by the Zac, but Shoemaker with a phenomenal flank here, coming up behind the team, getting some barrels down on a killing spree. Jinx and Alistar not long for this world as they fall as well. Adoma, the last one left alive, and he'll be falling here shortly as well. Kog'Maw picks up the kill for the ace as the rest of the team moves on to take the inhibitor tower, and this game's looking all but over for the side of Scuttlecrab.
Yeah, this looking at what, a 12K gold lead at 24 minutes. That is extremely hard to come by. 700 shutdown on the TF, 350 on GP, and even the ADC has a shutdown.
They might even just be looking to end the game right here.
Yeah.
Morgana gets a nice ultimate, but it isn't able to finish the channel.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
think
have
we
the
needed to
Zonias
see
yet.
that much sooner. We never really saw a dominating Mortal this series.
And they just take it. They take the Nexus. Air Drake win the series 2-1 with a dominating performance in game number 3.
Yeah, we saw a way different team, Air Drake team this series or this game, and that's what they got to keep doing.
Yeah, that was so sick by Air Drake. It looked so close in the past few games,
It did.
but in the last game, Air Drake and
I mean,
specifically
they
Sickly turned
made
it on.
amazing adjustments, and hats off to them for doing that.
Hell yeah. Let's get some of the guys in here for some interviews. Who you want to pull in? Who you thinking? Chat, who you want to talk to?
Chat, who do we want? Let us have it, chat. Who deserves the interviews? Mr. Neat says Isakli.
Sickly, okay.
I think it would be. I would actually like to talk to Shoemaker.
Yeah? Do we bring in the dynamic duo themselves?
Bring in the dynamic duo. That's good too. Yeah. Mr. Neat also says Kog'Maw, or sorry, Coggy Doggy.
Sickly and Wild Tortuga? I'm down with that.
Sure.
All right, let's get him in here.
Pardon me as I move my microphone back to my computer for this interview.
Hop in Discord, casters, real
Okay,
quick.
yeah.
Yo, 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 yo.
Hello.
What's going on, guys? Good fucking shit in that last game. Honestly, that was so sick.
Yeah, that felt really good.
Oh, you'd love to see it. Just waiting on Valib to figure out how to get Discord here. Oh man. So walk us through the series. Start at game 1. Talk about the draft and kind of what you guys had planned, your expectations, how it went. Just pretty brief. Go to game 2 and game 3 for us. I want to hear your thoughts.
Game 1, I'm going to be honest, game 1 was straight up just the moment when I realized, hey, I shouldn't pick Rise here. Like, I literally said to the team, I was like, guys, we don't want to pick Rise in this comp right now. Let's not pick it. And then I was like, shit, but like, so for this week, I had only prepared Syndra as my only AP character.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, if we don't, I guess I'll just pick Rise. Like, I'm usually pretty good on it. And then I just missed every Q, and that was how we lost. It was really not good. Like, I mean, Scuttle played really well, too. Don't get me wrong. They played that game well.
You'd love to see it.
Yeah, Mark, you want to talk about a little bit about the second game for me, my dude?
Second game, dude, I don't honestly remember much. It's just too much hype built up around this. It's going into, the 3 series.
That was
But,
so hype.
Crap, I'm trying to remember. Oh, well, dude, I'm not good at talking at this. I'm choking on stream. Oh.
So, okay. Well, I got this. Sorry, I didn't realize. Okay, so basically, in game 2, like last, I don't know, I think it was on like Tuesday when we were practicing. Mark and Jake, Taco and Tortuga were like, yo, we should just pick Lulu Cog, and they did, and I was like practicing this ADTF build, which is pretty new. And I was like, wait a minute, this goes so well with Lulu Cog because all I have to do is gold card someone, and then the Cog just melts them. So that was like what our thoughts were there. So we purposely went for the Lulu Cog, but in game 2, I had to go to the Syndra for a denial pick rather than, which also works because you can still just stun people in front of the Cog, right?
Yeah.
And then game 3, I went for the TF, and let's just say the rest is history. But also, I want to give a shout out to Shoemaker, who literally just before the games was like, "Yo, I want 3 games of Gangplank," and I was like, "All right,
Oh my
I'm
god.
in."
That's
So
awesome.
sick. And he felt like he was evolving throughout like the series. He just got better and better
He
every
was.
game.
In the first game, he literally afterwards he's like, "Dude, I know you played bad, and it felt like I was 1v5 out there, but like, look, man, if I just played this a little better, I win all of those team fights." And I was like, "Damn, okay, you have confidence. All right,
All right, Kane, go
Gangplank
off.
for you next game."
Go off, Kane. Let's
Yeah.
go.
So so you guys changed up your bans a bit. Like you let the Caitlyn through initially, but then you're like, all right, we gotta get rid of Kate. Why?
Well, that I think I can answer that one. I mean, I think Caitlyn, if I'm picking Kog'Maw, is just she can just bully me to like death, essentially. Especially even if whenever they chose the Leona second game, like we were both just like, all right, we just have to play back from this, and
Sure, that makes a lot of
If-
sense.
because
Yeah,
the Caitlyn range is just a lot for a
yeah. Cog can't really do anything about Caitlyn early, and if Cog just gets behind early, then he won't really turn on. But against like Jinx, who also needs time to turn on, Cog will turn on, and he'll turn on harder for the most part. I mean, that's kind of debatable, I think, between Jinx and Cog, but
Yeah, I mean, Zeem definitely looked pretty scary in that Jinx in a couple
Yeah.
of those games. There was definitely windows
100%.
where I was like, if this Jinx gets 2-3 kills in this fight, that's Scuttle popping off. But Shoemaker did a really good job zoning with the Gangplank ultimates in that game too, to be able to disallow a lot of that damage that Zeem could put out. So after your win here today, guys, 2-1 against Scuttlecrab, again, congratulations. You're looking to play either Infernal or Brambleback next weekend in the semifinals. What are your thoughts for either of those matchups?
I'm hyped. I literally just said this to my team before I came in here. I didn't think we really like my mental about our team was pretty bad before these games. TBH. I actually think our team's mental about themselves is pretty good, but just my personal mental, although I never expressed it to them. And so winning those games kind of, I think, proved to me that we can actually like compete. And so I think you'll see us competing next week.
Hell yeah.
And I
Yeah,
can
I
see
mean,
us bringing it.
kind of like as touching on like Zabel mentioned, like Shoemaker was evolving between games. Like honestly, I think the whole team was evolving between games. Like I thought you guys looked like so clean third game.
Yeah.
I mean, first game, like clearly it was shaky because you guys got a loss in that game, but yeah, it just felt like you guys just grew so much throughout that. It was like, hey, like a couple small things, like let's not do that. Like let's wait to take drag when we have prio in our bot lane and our mid lane. Like let's if we have a winning matchup in the mid lane, let's try and gank the immobile mage, like that type of thing. Like it was awesome to see. And I think like you guys definitely grew a lot, and I think playing towards your strength is definitely something you guys should keep doing.
Yeah.
And it was really exciting to watch from our end.
It was great series, very entertaining. Everybody loved watching it, and I want to get some spicy takes. I want some thoughts on specifically your matchups next weekend. Bramble or Infernal? What are the thoughts? What are you guys thinking? I want to get some spice.
No dodging questions today.
Man,
Confident answers only.
I'll start this off by saying Eric was wrong at the 2-0.
True.
That man owes us an apology.
Man, here's your shot.
It's in the mail. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm like totally on the year of the pickle train right now. So if we get Bramble, I'm scared. If we get Infernal, I think we have a shot because I think we can like just kind of pull some shit out of our ass. I don't know. I think we can cheese you enough times where we'll just win. We'll see. We'll have to see.
I could definitely see that. Oh man.
Regardless, both series would be pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. Either way, guys. But we're not done here in the Rec League for tonight. We have another series coming up in about 23 minutes. Ocean versus Mountain. We'll set the bracket after that series is done. I'll pull that up on the screen for you guys here real quick so you can see. Obviously, we have Air Drake having moved through against Scuttle Crab. We'll go on to face either Infernal or Brambleback, depending on the winner of Ocean versus Mountain. So don't go anywhere. We're coming at you at 7 o'clock. Hang in there. GG's.
GG's, boys.
Yeah. Damn, I can't believe I actually just choked on stream.
Everyone's got demons, be it personal demons or just frustrations of the current world state. And that's why we play, right? Just a little escape in the frenzy. Well, playoffs are here yet again, and our demons are here to stop us from winning. But the champion will be crowned, so I just got one question. Who will overcome their demons and take the honey?
Is taken. Basically a big shockwave though into Taco, and upstream they're just immediately taken down. The hook lands. Icicle's in the mix and might be able to kill Pickup Hopper. No, is ignited.
What? What? I didn't even see that. That was crazy. The cheeky shockwave. That was the win condition. Floored. I am 100% floored. Pickle Popper getting the game-changing shockwave. Oh my god, what a huge solar flare. The heroes entrance going across all the ocean is coming out big. Icically going down. Holy cow. J-Move getting the damage down. So much disrespect from Darth Hedge. Shoemaker just kind of phase checking that one. Dogwood just very patient with the charm. Oh my god, a great flank. The Hemo Plague onto 3. He's there. Icically is in. Cassiopeia caught. Great Solar Flare gonna go down. Oh my god, the Ram for Spite able to save them. Icically is slaying Phoenix. Wild Tortuga is in trouble, but he does not care. Oh, let's go. Here it is. Glacial Prison coming in. Oh man, this is very good.
Comes down to Jinx shutdown now.
Okay, he's gonna get. Oh my god, that's a ton of damage. Great play by Shadowbolt. Oh, great onto Icicly. So much damage. The equalizer across. Icicly's down. Icicly's down. Oh, this is it, but they need to take this fight. Huge damage. What? The disintegration ray across the team.